We are live. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yes,
Joy.
yes.
Wonderful.
Going good.
I think he's asking them.
I'm asking everybody, including those of us who have just joined us.
Are you asking the most important person?
Who do you determine is the most important person? That I'm
Yourself.
actually kind of dying.
Yourself.
Yes. Hi, self.
We can't speak that.
I'm feeling a battle of narcissism.
I said important. You said something else that doesn't. It's all over. All right, cut the
Yes.
stream.
No, we're done. We are totally done.
We're done for today.
That's
I'm
it,
just
guys.
So,
I, the youngest member, will start drinking.
yes. As always, this stream is sponsored by water.
Water.
If you're not drinking water, you're a friend of
What are
mine.
you doing?
You're probably dead.
Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing.
That said, thanks everybody for tuning in to episode 2 of our Dungeon of the Mad Mage playthrough. I will once again reintroduce our players. Starting to my left on screen, we have Sarah.
Hello! I am Sarah. I assume you were all watching last week, but if you weren't, I'm still learning my way around the mechanics of the online computer world, so be nice to me. And yeah, that's it. Hi.
Cool.
How's it
Sarah, right? And then under Sarah, we have Septur. Let's say Septur. Hi. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Septur, and I'm just a major nerd in terms of like D&D, video games, yada yada yada. I'm a very boring person, I know for that.
Totally
But,
boring. You're awfully boring. That's why we're moving on from Septur to the guy who's right below me on screen. We have Drakon. Say hi, Drakon.
You know, the most interesting person. I'm
Totally.
the proud owner of many boxes, TM. Patent pending. But eventually, I think everybody's gonna line up to me again, ish, probably.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're all crossing fingers on that one. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, we've got Kraw. Hello, Kraw.
You're pointing the wrong way. It's flipped for you, Matt.
I'm pointing to the way that the people on the screen would be
I'm
seeing.
sure his OBS is correct, Drakon. I'm Kraw. I'm the most adaptive of all these people here. I'm the smartest, of course. So clearly.
Wow.
Also, I've had the most characters die recently. So
that is actually technically correct. He has had in the last 6 months the most characters.
Proves how adaptive you are.
Die. And then finally, we have to my direct right, we have Alex, who's actually joining us tonight from a faraway land. He's joining us from a hotel in Peru. Talk about dedication.
I'm Alex, and I can confirm that I am joining you from a hotel in Peru.
Outside.
If you guys didn't hear last week, I'm the Elbauthin character, the elf cop. That's my character, and
it says
I'm
somewhere.
ready to play. I'm not exciting. I'm fun. I'm fun. I'm a fun guy.
Not exciting. I'm fun. This is his.
That's what's charming about you, though.
This will be on his tombstone. He was not exciting.
He was
fun.
Not a bad epitaph, actually.
Hey, if I could write something on my tombstone, that would be probably not it at all. But that's okay.
Oh,
so
I need two. I would have way too much to put on one.
I agree.
I don't think you'd be writing anything on your tombstone, bro.
Oof.
Oh,
aren't you supposed?
I'll be fine.
Aren't you supposed to like have some say in what you write on your tombstone, like before you die?
I mean, you can. You're just not going to be writing it.
If you're a morbid planning type.
True.
You could write it too.
Yeah,
You would have to have it prepped beforehand.
My grandmother already has her headstone in spot.
And everyone knows they're gonna die eventually, so you have to have a tombstone.
I won't.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, you guys will never find out.
This whole conversation is so prescient. It's so telling about what's going to happen tonight. That
everyone's gonna die.
So
not me. I never die.
You just. I don't even know. I don't even know how to respond to
Man, I'm gonna knock on wood for you guys.
Matt's tried before. It's
Here
only
we go.
worked once.
So what we have is there's a couple of new pieces of art that we have for some of our characters, which has come into play relatively recently. We're going to be showing that from here on out, as well as new pieces of art as well for other characters will be coming in through the episodes. Oh, got a little bit of echo there. I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, if you don't have your earbuds in or your headphones on, then that's the reason why. What we have tonight is we have the continuation of last week's story, and let me just do a quick recap, if you guys wouldn't mind.
Matt, can you get a little closer to your mic to me? You get really, really quiet. It's
I'm
not
really
just-
quiet?
You were just getting really quiet there at the end there. You were just like talking soft.
Oh, I do apologize. How's this? I'm going to put my mouth on the microphone. Like that.
Ooh.
Right there when you said on the microphone, it got way quiet.
It
I
didn't
don't-
for me. It's just
Me
you.
neither.
I
Okay.
think unless the people in stream, and I think there are a couple people here in stream who are watching us, unless they have hearing issues, and unless my OBS is wackadoodle, then it seems, based
Don't worry
on
about
what
that.
I've
Okay.
got going on, that I'm pretty hearable, whether you like it or not.
I
I'll just
don't.
turn you up a Discord then. If
I
everyone's
really
like, "This is
don't."
not an issue."
Yeah, it could be a Discord issue, but if that's the case, that's okay. What I am hearing, however, is the outside traffic from my windowsill. So
We can't
None
hear
of
it.
us are
You're
hearing
good.
it.
I'm going to go ahead and close my window and take the extra 5 seconds for you guys to fill that with conversation that's valuable. Let me give you a topic for the next 5 seconds. Here we go. Ready? Is D&D a role-playing game that allows for combat, or a combat game that allows for role-playing? Think on that one.
Why not both?
I think it depends entirely on who's running the game.
You're very
Jake.
for this game. It's a continuation of all the entire group agreeing on a specific premise.
Drakon?
He's
Drakon,
gone.
come back.
And I'm
Matt
back.
is back. Come back.
I'm back, and I'm back.
He's back.
Climb
And
out
he's
of your
redder
hole.
than ever.
I hope you guys filled that with an immense amount of excellent discussion,
I wrote a
Supposed-
dissertation while you were gone.
and absolutely, as well you should.
I put in my 2-week notice.
Put your what?
He didn't want to write it so much that he's done.
I can't.
Yep.
I don't even know what that means.
Did you guys hear
Anywho.
that? Wait, did you guys hear what
Yeah.
I just said there? What?
It was quiet, but it was on purpose quiet.
Okay, I couldn't understand it at all.
Let's just move on.
Are we ready? Is everyone ready to play D&D?
So
I
ready.
hope so.
I hope so too. All right, here we go. So let me do a quick recap, and I'll do that to my official recap music. So last time, we were introduced to Waterdeep in its deep past. First as the home of the elves, then as the home of the dwarves, then a mysterious collection of wizards we didn't really get a very good look at. And over time, that place became the city we now know, built on the bones of those 3 great settlements. We were also introduced, albeit briefly, to a set of adventurers, known as the Fine Fellows of Daggerford, who, either for coin or renown, or maybe a combination of both, have ventured deep beneath the city, through an underground well at the tavern known as the Yawning Portal. We were presented with 2 new faces, each with their own wants and goals. We have Qrevialur, a craggy and battle-worn dragonborn, and Zeke, a crafty yet enthusiastic tiefling. And we were reintroduced to our heroes from last campaign, the elven rogue Elbauthin, the lizard folk warlock Talron, the doppelganger cleric Laraxi, and the tiefling fighter Ferros. The heroes of the day having saved the world from a Sararak's death curse alongside their friends Clemens and Calder, who, for now, have seemingly taken their own paths. Reaching Waterdeep, Elbauthin, Talron, Laraxi, and Ferros have, to use an old phrase, taking their next steps into a larger world. And with that, we're going to focus our all-knowing camera on Waterdeep at night. And we're going to focus that camera on Talron. Talron, you have been in the tavern known as I believe it's the Cyclops' Eye. This is a sort of a new one to me. This came from, I think Elbauthin told you to go there. So do you remember the name of the tavern here?
Something about the tavern?
Yeah, I think it's just I think it was just called the Cyclops was the name of the tavern, right?
Cyclops Inn, maybe?
Let's call it the Cyclops Inn.
Hey!
Thank you. Well done.
I try.
You've been with Loraxi, and Loraxi's left you for the evening, I believe. Correct?
Actually, if I remember correctly, it was Clemens who escorted me to the inn.
Correct.
We had like a short discussion about like what we're likely gonna be doing from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
I introduced him the idea of opening up a breakfast place.
Yep.
In Waterdeep, and we said our goodbyes. And I'm just a lone lizard in the middle of a big city surrounded by strangers.
Fair enough. Then you are by yourself. Loraxi is not in your presence at this point in time. But you know that Loraxi did say that he was going to rejoin you at the Cyclops Inn, I believe.
Yeah.
So that said, it's nighttime and Loraxi has not yet returned. That there was also the sentiment that you were going to, at some point during that evening, attempt to try to commune with your patron. I think that Clemens had insisted that your connection to that being was sort of part of who you were, and your inability to do so when you were in the Tomb of the Nine Gods left you wanting. Is that a fair statement, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna need like a private area though.
Okay, fair enough. You are in an inn, so there are private areas to be had if you so desire.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. Like, if I was supposed to be paying for a room for tonight, so I only got 4 gold coins.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go over to the tavern. Inn guy, or
Sure.
girl, or whoever's in charge.
It's a sort of a slightly older human. He's in his, let's say, late 50s.
All right, I guess I'll approach him.
Okay. He sort of swivels in your direction, and you see that he's got a long scar across his forehead, which sort of loops into his hairline and goes all the way along his head. And he sort of stares at you and says, "Yeah, how can I help you?"
Right. Hey, I was wondering if I may have like a room for the night, just by myself.
By yourself, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
For just one night.
Yes.
All right, it'll be 2 gold for one night.
2 gold. Jeez. All right. I hand over the 2 gold, but I still can't help but like look at that scar of his for a moment.
Okay.
All right. So I hand over the gold, stare for another second or two before shaking my head and just room. Which way is it?
Oh, yeah. Room 7 upstairs and to the left. He hands you an iron key.
All right. Thank you, kind sir. And I gingerly grab the key and make my way up.
Okay. You walk up the rickety staircase along a rather creaking floor to room 7.
Surprised the stairs don't give away.
They're relatively sturdy. They've seen a lot of use.
All right, just looking left and right as I walk down the hallway before coming into room number 7. All right, give this a go. Try to unlock the door. and yeah, pop it
Okay.
open. Yeah.
Okay, you've popped it open. I'm also going to increase your output because it seems like it might be a little bit quiet. So let me increase your gain a bit.
Huh.
I'm going to give everybody a little bit more gain. So give yourself a talkie to. Try now.
I mean, am I good right now? Or?
I think so. I'll pump you up even a little bit more. Try that. Try a little bit now, right there, Talron.
Oh boy.
Yeah, now we're cooking. I think that's a good one. Hopefully everybody else
All right.
is good.
Looking around the. So yeah, I'm gonna look around the room for a moment.
Okay, it's a shabby but definitely utilitarian room. It's got a bed. It doesn't look like, it's definitely not new sheets. Let's put it that way.
Nowhere near as fancy as back at Schult.
Definitely not Kaya's house of repose. Nowhere near.
I missed that place already, almost. All right, well, shutting the door.
Yep.
There's no lock on it, right?
It does not have a lock on it. The only lock is the key that you have if you want to use it to lock the door again.
Well, can I lock it from the inside?
From the inside, yeah. You can certainly do so.
All right. Yeah, I gotta lock the door.
Okay.
And yeah, look around a bit more. Look out the window.
Okay.
And
It's just about nighttime.
shutting that.
Okay.
And find me a comfortable spot in my bed. And let's get right down to business.
All right. How does Talron normally commune with his patron?
Oh, I would like to think maybe just like you played Dark Souls, right? Like if you're at a bonfire or something like that.
Some of us have played Dark Souls. Some of us don't have the time to play Dark Souls.
Well, basically, you sit down at a bonfire, like with your head laying low, just trying to get as comfy as you can. Close your eyes, or it's not really much of a meditation pose, but you know.
Okay. Take some deep breath. Yeah, I was gonna say like yoga. I don't think it's that. I think it's something a little bit more still. Am I wrong?
I mean, sitting down, arms on top, laying on my knees or something like that. Just a laxed sitting position.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really giving much of a. Never mind. Just.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I won't torture you any further with any further description of how you like to relax. The interesting thing is that it doesn't take very long. It's like finally getting a drink of water after being parched. After you close your eyes for less than 20 seconds, you begin to sort of feel your skin prickle a little bit. And you know this is how it feels when it talks to you. And you close your eyes and you feel the darkness of the room. And then the room seems to get darker. It's as if sort of ambient light from the room itself just disappears. So you immediately open your eyes. And you see that you're not actually in your room anymore. The only thing that you can see is the sort of weird shimmering mauve, purplish light which sort of illuminates the sky. You see that you're actually on the street. You're looking at the city around you. You stand actually in the streets of Waterdeep. The weird thing is that there's no sound at all, or any signs of life anywhere. No animals, no people. Even the sound of the wind has disappeared. You're completely alone. You look up at this purple light in the sky. You expect to see the moon, but instead of the moon, you see this purple star rippling with a corona of eldritch energy. And then all at once, these humongous opalescent eyes appear at the surface of this thing. I'm hearing some echo. And the eyes are all focused on you. You are beholding Kaifon. You're beholding your patron revealed in its full glory for the first time to you. And somehow through this communion, you're able to share this weird emotional resonance, this sort of connection, this dream state. You know that it feels your feelings and you can feel its. But yet, instead of sensing any sense of regard or appreciation from the dark star Kaifon, you feel something very strange. You feel fear. And that makes you deathly afraid. What could make a god afraid? And then you start to hear noises, sounds coming from under the street. They're faint at first, and then they start to get louder. And they're sort of wet. Sucking noises. You sort of lower yourself down. You get closer to the street. Still that same sort of slushing. And then without warning, a massive rift appears in the street, displacing buildings and cobblestone and earth, pushing them aside as if they were playthings. You fall prone on the ruined pavement, seeing what lies in this gigantic hole created beneath the streets of Waterdeep. Down in the deep darkness, you hear those same awful, sucking, sloshing noises, now getting much closer and louder. And then you look down and you see hundreds of silver eyes opening at you in the darkness with blinding speed, issuing forth 4 enormous tree trunk-sized tentacles reach up, boring through the stone and rock, towering into the air. Then they begin to appear. The missing citizens of Waterdeep, filing into the streets in droves, as if hearing some call of some unseen master. Hundreds, thousands of citizens wandering zombie-like, blank-eyed, moaning, drooling, reflexively as if to find help in your patron. You look up into the sky, and then you see that the star is a charred gray rock floating in space above this world. And you feel immense despair. And just as you do, you feel something grab your shoulder with an iron grip. You spin around, and you see that it is Ferros. But he is not the Ferros you remember. He has a shock of white hair, and the skin of his face is flaccid, sort of putrescent, pooling off of his face. And when he opens his mouth, it stretches inhumanly wide, and then 4 rubbery tentacles swarm out of his maw, reaching for you, for your face, and a guttural croak issues forth. The tentacles wrap greedily around your face. And then you wake up. You are soaking with sweat. And there is banging on the door.
Who is it?
That is Laraxi.
What the? What?
Excuse me, are you alright?
Yeah. What do you want? I just get up. Ugh.
It's Laraxi.
Just grab the key and just unlock the door and open it up. Yeah. I was wondering when you would show up. What took you so long?
I'm surprised. I was knocking for a solid minute.
Kraw, I think you're lagging again, buddy. Is he lagging for anyone else too?
Okay, so
He's
Oh,
gone.
there we go. Now you're back.
I was knocking for a solid minute.
A minute? Has it been a minute? What
Well,
time?
probably more.
I look out. I look towards the window, see if it's like daylight or no.
It's still dark outside.
You don't look too good.
What are you talking about?
Also, you don't talk too good either.
I'm fine. Really, I'm just had a bad dream. Yeah.
How quickly did you have that bad dream? It just recently set. Sun recently set.
Uh, uh, uh,
Also, how is a bad dream making you, sweaty?
doesn't bad dreams normally do that?
Not that fast.
Well, I mean, I probably saw some stuff, but in the dream, but
Was it
it's
like a fever dream or?
I mean, I wouldn't really say it's that kind of dream, but
So it was just a regular nightmare then.
I don't even know what's considered nightmare. Or well, I don't even know what's really considered a normal
Let's
nightmare.
Let's go in the room. Perhaps that's the best idea.
Fine, fine, fine.
Leave the door unlocked. I think Elbauthin's coming soon. I think he's having a drink downstairs or something. I don't know.
Where have you been, anyways?
Out with him,
Doing?
talking to the city guard.
Oh, bothersome.
Well, I didn't get much information from him, but he did. He hasn't told me anything really.
Well, Elbauthin is a man of secrets. That's quite always common with him.
It's all right. I understand his position, and his position is not to tell me things. That being said, you're not in a position to not tell me things. So what are you hiding?
Hiding?
You're just so apt to not tell me about a dream. When I have a nightmare, I tend to share it because it's so strange and weird.
But you've never told me you've ever had nightmare.
Because I haven't had one with. I've only been you with what?
Yeah,
Two or 3 weeks.
Yeah, so how does this make any different?
I haven't had a nightmare since I've been with you.
So I have to be the one to share my dream?
If you want me to share a dream, I can. I don't see any purpose. You just had a dream that you woke up sweaty, breathing hard, and you're acting like it's nothing.
I mean, after everything we've seen back on Schult?
That's kind of my point. Maybe you don't remember. Oh, I didn't. There was at one point you all fell asleep, and Elbauthin and I. Well, I did. I was asleep too. But Elbauthin woke me up. You were all having bad dreams, and I had to, help you from it. And I don't want. I want to make sure you're not having that same issue.
Well, I mean, Ferros is alive, at least, but I haven't had that kind of dream bother me since. Though...
Wait, what? What about Ferros?
I mean... I'm glad he's alive, I just haven't had a particular... Well, okay, there was the recent dream involving him and all that, but just... It's really hard to explain how this nightmare went, honestly. Like,
What did you see? What are some landmarks of your nightmare that you trekked through?
well, um, I was out in the middle of the street of Waterdeep. It was dark.
Don't tell me you
And
went out.
no,
Okay, good.
I've been
Just
here
making
this.
sure.
Basically, I was out in the middle of the street. It was dark. There was no way around. Uh, uh, the dark. There was a purple dark star in the sky looking down upon me. And next thing I know, there was like this giant hole in the ground with like thousands of eyes, like looking up from the underground. Ah, God, it's so embarrassing. Just,
Wait, why is that embarrassing?
it's just
All right, perhaps my front as this Lorax right now. Honestly, Lorax is getting bored, but Fix is keeping me company. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna go to sleep, and Fix will talk to you instead. All right?
I'm sorry, who?
That's right. And Lorax will slowly take off some of the armor and reveal some casual clothes beneath, and will transform into the changeling form of Fix. This blue, very blue face, like a light blue, much shorter, about the same height as Talron, and
I have a
stand.
question.
I've been this way before. I I just figured that you needed someone more with a less Loraxy touch, if that makes sense.
I I guess I'm just really
That's fine.
bad.
You said you saw eyes, and you said they were embarrassing. Why are they embarrassing?
Well, no, it's just it's embarrassing explaining. I'm very bad at detailing stuff.
No, that's fine. Just keep going.
Right. So there was these eyes that were poking out from the ground. Well, I mean, looking straight up from the giant hole in the ground, and
Right.
I'm so sorry, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and there was like these tentacles that came out, right? Like from the underground. Like,
That's right. You saw,
right.
just to recap what you guys saw, or actually what I just explained that Talron saw, it was a hole that opened in the ground. There were entities looking up at you with silver eyes, massive tentacles that came out of this deep hole, reaching out. A
And
sort of
then
mass of people with expressionless, blank, almost emotionless, or lacking any kind of sentience coming out of their home. And then your experience with Ferros.
basically what he said, but what I would say. I mean,
Interesting.
what do you make of it?
It sounds to me like did what 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 are those? What are those eyes? I'm not sure.
I honestly have no idea myself. Perhaps there's something very dark, very monstrous or whatever.
And do you think this was a dream?
Perhaps a warning.
How do you know?
Well, I don't really. It's not every day I ever have these particular kind of visions or whatever.
How do you know it's a vision?
Because I just have a
You
hunch.
no maybe yeah, maybe I can help you a little bit. Um, you had a vision from something. You're a warlock, yes? That's correct, right?
Yes.
I think it would be safe to assume. that your warlock has bestowed upon you something. Right? That makes
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense with what you've seen?
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far. I can't really. I wish I could make you use this spell because I have it. I have commune. I really wish you could use it. But I don't. The problem is you had so much information that in this dream that I don't know what it is. And you are the best person to figure out exactly what it means. If that makes sense. You've seen eyes. You saw the Ferros, as you mentioned. I've not really seen him too much. I only know a little bit. What do you think it means?
I honestly have no idea. I wish I knew, honestly. Like, I mean,
I can
considering
ask Sirik if you want, but I don't know how much he'll know.
considering all the nightmares we dealt with earlier, and suddenly we're confronting with a new type of nightmares that are probably gonna be into fruit.
I mean, like I said, I could ask Sirik. He might be able to help, but I couldn't only get so much information from him too.
I wish I knew what to tell you.
Well, I guess that's the best course of action then. I don't really understand exactly what you've seen, and it seems like you don't really either. So I guess I'm gonna spend a few minutes. It'll be about 11, and I'll set up this ritual. I'll ask him some questions. In that time, I want you to determine 3 questions you want me to ask him. All right?
Oh,
I can probably ask him simple ones, but just simple ones. Or I can ask him 2. I'll think about it while I'm working on it. But just take your time.
I- I'm not
And
really. I'm
sorry.
I'm really not good at like questioning gods.
That's fine. It's not questioning a god. It's just asking for answers.
Yeah,
And
but
if he
like,
doesn't know him, he doesn't know him. That's fine. He doesn't have to know everything either. That being said, just try to think about it. I'm gonna get my Fix gets his goes to one of his pockets, grabs some some incense and some what he thinks is holy water, and we'll start working on the commune ritual.
Okay.
oh god, why?
Start setting up your ritual space in the same room
Yes.
that Talron's in, I assume. Yeah?
Right.
Mhm.
So, wonder how long Elbauthin will be.
Where is Elbauthin, anyways?
It's a good question. Elbauthin, you have spent some time after receiving this information from Silvermane doing some sort of investigatory work about what you've heard. I think that you can determine that it's possible that what you've heard is absolutely correct, and there is some distinct danger in that response that you've gotten from Jalister Silvermane. Where do you want to be at this time? It's not like the middle of the night, but you do know that Clemens and Talron uh, were supposed to have met you at the Cyclops Inn.
Right. So, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm guessing that I sent. I'm a little bit hazy. I believe that I guess I sent Laraxi to the Cyclops Inn, right?
You did. Yes.
And I did not go with him.
You did not know.
Okay.
At
So
least not in the beginning.
I'm wondering. You know what? I'll go back to my apartment, and I'll wait till the morning.
Okay.
Is my plan.
Fair enough. That makes it easy. There's.
Oh,
Yes. Go ahead.
are there any? You know, um, other watch guys around me?
None that you can. I mean, certainly none of your rank. Now that you're a captain,
Oh, I'm a captain already?
he promoted you to captain right off the bat.
Holy shit. Well, that's great. But there are some around me, other watchmen.
Yeah, I mean they're in the watch station. A few of them actually sort of like give you a sort of not adoring stare, but just sort of like a wide-eyed stare as you walk around. Clearly, the news of your travails in Chult have gotten around.
So I'm gonna ask like two of them if they want to come with me on a patrol. I'm actually gonna order them to come with me on a patrol. Can I do that?
Absolutely. You don't even need to make a persuasion because you've pulled rank.
Okay.
I
So I go,
survived.
you and you.
The two guys who are sitting
Yeah.
like in their barracks, the one is sort of tying his boot, the other guy is sort of adjusting his armor. They both are sort of in the middle of doing things, and you just point at them, and they stare at you.
You have 5 minutes to get ready for patrol.
And they look at each other, and they just immediately start doing their boots up and putting their armor back on a lot faster now. Maybe a little bit more clumsily than if they had the time, but 5 minutes is not a lot of time to put on armor. So, yeah, they get their stuff together.
Okay. With that said, I head out with those two towards the Cyclops Inn.
Okay, fair enough.
I survived Chalt, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Let me do a quick internecine scene between just to sort of let what Zeke does and Qrevialur knows, because a lot of stuff is going to happen this night that lends into tomorrow. Let's check in with our friend Qrevialur. Qrev, you've had this discussion with this mystery woman, which we're not going to lend too much credence into now. I've given you sort of
Ooh, secrets.
yes, secretive DM player information, which not necessarily needed at this time for the other players to know. But you now seem to have all the information that this woman has given to you. What do you decide to do that night?
First thing would probably be to take the chest out
Yep.
behind the Ionic Core, because I'm assuming there's like an alleyway or something.
Yeah, there's an alleyway. Actually, it's a good point. I'm gonna flip you guys to, although the players will. Well, let's see. Maybe I think I can have the players see this. I'm gonna flip you guys to a map of Waterdeep, so you guys can see where you are in Waterdeep. There you go. So in Roll20, you guys can see the whole of Waterdeep laid out before you. And it's too big, unfortunately, to put into our combat screen. But I'll let the audience use their imagination as to where the the characters are within Waterdeep as I describe it. I'm going to sort of shift ping to each one of the characters and let them all know where they are. So, Zeke, you are here. Troll Skull Alley is right around here, right near Del Zorin Street in this sort of northern part of the city. That's where Troll Skull Alley is, and of course, that's where you've been living with your Uncle Archie and all the rest of those ne'er-do-wells. Further down in the city, just past the sort of sanctuary / cemetery known as the City of the Dead, Talron, this is where the Cyclops Inn is. Cyclops Inn is right down here in the Trades Ward.
Oh, jeez.
It's not too far away from the Yawning Portal, where Qrevialur currently is. Where he is right there. Ferros, you have been sort of laid up. You are still in the Temple of Denir here in the Castle Ward. But that's where you currently are. And I guess, Elbauthin, where are you? Oh yeah, you're over here. That's where the sort of military wards are, right near the Sea Ward in the West Gate.
That's a hell of a walk.
It goes
Big
fast.
city.
So you guys all have action over your own tokens. I've sort of highlighted them with an aura so you guys can see them a little better. So you guys can move them if you so desire around the city. If there are certain things that you'd like to see or places that you'd like to go, just let me know and I'll tell you what happens on the way there. But this is all happening in a night. So keep that in mind.
All right, so real quick, are these two guys that are following me sort of like henchmen? I can't really control them, right?
You can control them as much as any military commander can control his subordinates.
Which means I can like issue orders, but I'm not going to control tokens or anything like
Correct.
that.
Exactly. From a mechanical
All
perspective,
right,
yeah, there's no tokens needed.
perfect.
Ah,
Okay.
yes. Ferros can do a lot this night.
Yeah, Ferros unfortunately is unconscious until further notice. But we'll get to you shortly. Zeke, you are still in Troll Skull Alley. Is there anything in and around Troll Skull Alley or that night that you'd like to do? It's worth noting that the end of your conversation with Archie, as you asked, well, where am I going to get someone to undertake this mission underneath the yawning portal? I think it was pretty clear from his lack of a response that he didn't really know where you can find any willing souls to undertake this mission. But you can certainly make either an intelligence check or maybe even a history check to determine where the best source of volunteers, shall we say, would
Let's take a look at which one of those is going to be better for me.
be. Yeah.
They're both equally awful.
Okay.
So I will go with an intelligence check.
Super.
Boy, oh boy.
Why is it not working? Work.
You got this.
Push the button.
I am pushing the button. It's not doing it. Oh, there we go. One more time.
Hey,
Hey!
whoa.
It did it twice by accident.
That's okay.
So
I
we'll
got the
take...
first one. The first one is
They're
a 10.
all awful. Yeah, so.
I mean, unfortunately, your experience with recruiting has been relegated to you being recruited. It's not really like you have to go out and ask other people to do your job. You do it much better than almost everybody else. So,
Accurate. Well,
not to say that there aren't adventurers all over this city doing crazy shit.
this is true.
Going from here to God knows where.
So, would I have any knowledge of where those adventurers like to hang out?
They hang out in taverns. That's usually where adventures start. I mean, it's
yeah,
a trope,
this is true.
but there's
It
a
is
reason
trope.
why there's a trope.
Accurate. So I think that I will just make my way to the nearest tavern
Okay.
and ask around.
So the taverns in and around the North Ward are
Hmm.
usually actually not populated by adventurers. They're populated by other gangs, whether they be populated
Is
by
there-
Xanathar Guild members or smaller gang members, or, goodness forbid, the Zentarum. It's probably not the best place to recruit adventurers in the local vicinity. Anyway, if you're going to go
True.
anywhere where adventurers are, it's going to be it's going to be in the south part of the city.
In the south. Well, then I guess I'm going to start wandering south,
Okay.
keeping my eyes open for anything of interest along the way.
Okay. Very cool. You've been in this city for years now, so it's not as if you're looking around for touristy stuff. You're just looking for signs
Just
of
kind of signs of anything interesting that may be happening in my immediate vicinity.
cool beans. Roll a perception check and let's see how much you perceive your way down.
All right, let's see here.
Since you're actively
this.
trying to find around some cool stuff.
Do.
7.
Yeah.
It's okay because this is the way nights start, right? But this is not the way how nights end. There's a curve. So
I didn't hear
okay.
any of that. But
We
that's
actually
okay.
have all the dice pre-rolled beforehand, and we're just using them now.
Absolutely. It's just
There's a
scrolling
script.
down. Yeah.
There's a script.
I was saying that it's okay because that's not how the night ends. It's usually how the night starts with these kinds of rolls, but it doesn't mean that the night will end like that.
Yeah. You haven't completely stacked Roll20 against me.
I
That's
do.
good.
I do. The computer works for me.
That's normal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anywho.
So I
Hey,
take it I'm
you're
not no.
At least you're not Lorax.
Yeah, exactly. This Chandler actually who is mired in his own lack of a personality.
No, it was the fact that he was the roll 20 didn't like him last campaign.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think I think Zeke is just so focused on trying to get down to the south and being the fact that this is her city. It's like New York. When you've been in New York long enough, you don't really notice. You sort of have the blinders on to everyone and everything in the city.
Yeah, true. We don't look up, then we look like tourists.
I know, and we definitely don't look at people in the eyes.
Absolutely
ever.
not. No.
Because that would mean that we have emotional connections.
I quiver in my boots, ever so slightly.
Okay, so so
Alright.
you're going to work your down to the south of the city. It's going to take you a couple hours to get that.
That's
that
fine.
south.
I enjoy being outside at night. I am in my element.
Indeed.
I am enjoying the sounds and smells of the city and kind of wrapped up in thoughts of how I'm going to redecorate the house in Troll Skull Alley after I have finished the task at hand.
Fair enough. Back to Qrevialur. Krev, you said that you wanted to go out to the alley behind the yawning portal.
Yes.
Now that I've shown you that the yawning portal has quite a few streets around it, there is an alleyway behind the yawning portal. It's not populated. There's a bunch of garbage out there, to be honest, but there is an alleyway.
That's exactly what he's looking for. Something that has little to no activity.
Yeah, you see rats
and even
scurrying back
then,
and forth.
He'd still like to probably hide what he's about to do.
Okay.
He'd probably make sure that nobody's around, no prying eyes.
Okay, make a perception check if you want to check around for people with prying eyes. 24. Yeah, you look around, and I mean, it is dark, but you're able to sort of take your time, look around the space, and you don't see anybody who's looking into your business.
Alright, well, he's probably going to spend quite a while on what he's about to do next.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take a very small chest,
Mm-hmm.
and he is going to start doing a very expensive spell that I like to call, and creators of D&D like to call, Glyph of Warding.
A glyph of warding. Okay, cool. So, are you able to cast glyph of warding as a bard, or are you reading a
Yes,
scroll?
it is
Okay,
a bard.
cool beans.
Magical
It is a
secrets,
bard
Matt.
spell.
Magical secrets.
Magical
Never
It's
forget.
not even
secrets.
magical secrets!
I'm just
No,
saying,
magical
if you ever ask if a
secrets,
bard can
it's-
cast a spell, they can.
Yeah, that's true.
They can cast psionics at this point. It's like, what?
Okay, cool. So, what do we have? We have a spell that says. Let me just read it.
The very
Playing at home.
complicated.
Because it's
spell.
enormous and it's gigantic, and you wouldn't be able to
Yep.
read this whole thing. When you cast a spell, you inscribe a glyph that harms other creatures either upon a surface, such as a table or a section of floor or wall, or within an object that can be closed, such as a book, a scroll, or a treasure chest, to conceal the glyph. I'm assuming you're casting it on this treasure chest that you have.
Yes, he's going to cast it on it open. So he's going to open up the chest and start on it right then and there.
Is there anything inside the chest that you're casting this spell upon, or is it empty?
Well, it's empty. It looks like something's supposed to be there, but it's
Okay.
empty.
Oh, so it's an empty chest that you're casting the glyph of warding on.
Yep.
All right, cool beans. The way the glyph of warding works is if you choose an object, which in this case you are, that object must remain in its place. If the object is moved more than 10 feet from where you cast this spell, the glyph is broken and the spell ends without being triggered. The glyph is nearly invisible and requires a successful intelligence check against your spell save DC. What is your spell save DC?
It's not some high quality stuff, but it's 14.
14, super duper. I'll remember that for later. If you decide what triggers the glyph when you cast the spell for glyphs inscribed on a surface, which we're not doing, for glyphs inscribed within an object, the most common triggers include opening the object. I'm assuming
Which it is.
that is
Opening
what
the
the
object.
trigger is. So as soon as somebody opens this spell, as soon as it opens this chest, I should say, you are going to have this spell that you're glyphing onto this chest activate. What is the spell that you're using?
Silence.
Silence. Okay. Would you mind clicking silence for me?
Yes, I
So-
can.
So we can see what silence does.
And he'd probably cast this as a ritual, which would take even longer, but he's willing to take his time.
Totally. Silence. For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere. Centered on a point you choose within range, any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened. while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there. Okay. You successfully cast this glyph of warding on this chest. And is there anything else you want to do?
Well, that take about an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
It takes an hour to cast Glyph of Warding and 10 minutes to do Silence as a Ritual.
So here's a question about glyph of warding. Does that require a verbal component?
Well, Silence wouldn't be casted.
No. I'm just saying that the glyph of warding itself,
Yes,
to cast the
both
glyph of
require,
warding.
both actually require verbal
Mhm.
components.
Do you have powdered diamond?
Yes.
200 gold pieces?
200 gold, yes. I have one in my inventory.
Okay, very good.
Powdered diamond?
That is one of the
Yeah,
material
the really
components.
expensive quest. Really expensive spell, not quest,
is.
spell.
For a level 3 spell, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah. But for what it does, it makes sense.
Absolutely. Okay, cool beans. How do you want to do this at normal sound levels, or do you want to try to do this silently?
Well, he's gonna try to be quiet, but I don't know. I don't think the streets are gonna be very loud at this time.
Fair enough.
So
So you don't need
he doesn't
to
want it. He doesn't want any prying ears.
Sure. Do you want to intentionally try to do this silently, or do you want to attempt to do this at a normal speaking tone of voice over the next hour when you cast this spell?
Huh. I think he tried to be quiet about it.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll stealth then.
Oh, great. The best.
14. Okay. Cool beans.
Good.
You think you're pretty quiet about it over the next hour. I mean, doing something quietly over an hour is tough, especially in an open
Yeah,
space.
definitely.
But
He's so used to doing it very loud.
yes, very true. So I think
He's very used to being very
over the
loud.
hour, I think that you successfully think that you're quiet about
DM words.
it. Okay. Anything else you want to do after that 1 hour is completed?
1 hour and 10 minutes, actually.
1 hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd probably like to go back in the tavern and... Is that mysterious lady still there?
She is not, unfortunately. She
All right.
seems to have not.
Well, then he'll just try to talk to probably the tavern keep.
Okay.
And ask him, where is this location I put of? It's called Skullport.
Okay, so the tavern keep, as we discovered before, is this gentleman whose name is Durnan. I'll throw him in the. I think I gave you guys already the Durnan handout, but since
I was giving it over a year ago.
exactly, let me throw a Durnan back in the images since we love the way that Durnan looks. He's so cool looking. There's Durnan. Oh, that's the reason. That button. Yep, that's Durnan. He's got sort of these awesome mutton chops, which sort of connect to his handlebar mustache, and he's got these Popeye-like forearms,
Oh.
which belie someone of his profession, right? You wouldn't expect a barkeep to be like so buff.
You usually expect the beer belly.
Yeah, and he doesn't have that at all. Kind of looks like Bronn from Game of Thrones, if you ask me. But anyway, his demeanor is not as gregarious as Bronn is. He's very quiet and a little bit taciturn, and he's sort of maybe even a little gruff. He says, "Skullport. What do you all know about that?"
I've been given a job that involves me going to that location. I just need to know where it is.
Where it is. Skullport's
Yes.
underneath the city. It's a sort of secret criminal hideout. Not a lot of people go there unless they're involved in nefarious activities.
I've been informed to retrieve someone from doing such nefarious activities.
I see. Are you involved in such nefarious activities?
Not for a couple decades.
I can respect that. Well, the only way to get down there that I know of is, and he sort of like points with his chin at the well behind you. He says, "Some people say that there's a way to get down to Skullport, but you got to go through there. Everyone else, if they want to get down to Skullport, it's some kind of sneaky secret way, but it's not anywhere I know of.
I've never been known to be sneaky.
Well, then I guess your best bet is to go down that way. But I wouldn't
Thank
go
you.
alone, my friend. I know you're big, and I know you're looking pretty tough, but there's things down there that'll make you fall apart at the seams."
I'll heed your warning.
I appreciate it.
You will probably give him just a tip. Nice gold.
Sure. He takes it. He says, "Thank you kindly for your support and your patronage."
Thank you. You will probably go to bed for the night.
Okay. Yeah, it's noted that the next day is when you're supposed to get in touch with your
Yeah,
contact.
and pretty early. I don't want to stay up too late.
Fair enough. Elbauthin, you're
Definitely
making
don't
your
wanna
way
drink.
through the alcohol is not your friend. Elbauthin, you're making your way through the city with your two subordinates, who you found out their names are. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to name them. Go ahead and you name them. Make them your guys.
Corporal Biff and Corporal Kron.
Biff and Kron. Love it. Biff is tall and sort of lanky looking, and Kron looks like he's sort of stocky at the shoulders and then just goes straight down like a cylinder. He's got no neck either.
No neck.
No neck. Just straight shoulders into head.
All right. Well, I already moved them. I already moved my token towards the Cyclops Inn.
Okay.
So I guess Corporal Biff, Corporal Kron, wait outside, please.
Yes, sir. No problem, sir. Yes, sir. No, we'll be right here, sir.
He sounds like Clemens. All right. So
From the same town.
So
totally.
I go in and walk over towards the barkeep, and I ask him if go, sir, as a large lizard fellow, come this way.
Yeah. I believe he's here at the inn. You're He looks you up and down. He's like, "You're City Watch, are you?"
Yes, sir.
I haven't done anything wrong. I've paid all my upfronts. There's no reason to get involved in anything here. No, not at all.
Why did he just do that?
He looks around. You just see like a bead of sweat start to.
I'm gonna do
come
a
down off his
deception
head.
check.
What are you gonna do? Tell me what you're gonna do, and I'll tell you the deception check.
Is he lying to me?
Oh, that's an insight check. We had this conversation last time. So the insight check
that's right.
is
That's right.
yeah. Deception is when you try to deceive, and insight is when you try to determine if someone is.
Oh
Look
my
at
God.
you! See, this is. I told you this before, Sarah. That if you like start strong, you're just gonna go
Mhm.
over the course of a session. But if you start like 7s and 11s, it will go up. I promise you. But if you get your crits out of the way now,
Yeah, don't want to waste them.
exactly. Don't waste your crits. Yeah, okay. Is he lying? No, he is definitely not lying.
Corporal Biff, Corporal Kron.
Yes, sir. We're coming. And they just like stumble in through the door.
Sir, I was just looking for my friend, but you're obviously lying to me. Would you like to tell me what you're lying about?
I'm not lying at all. I've paid all my upfronts, and there's no reason whatsoever for the City Watch to get involved with anything of the business in here.
Who would you pay all your upfronts to?
I mean, there's the Zentarum. They kind of make sure that nothing bad happens to my inn, sir.
I see. All right. I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
I appreciate
go
that
on.
very, very kindly, sir. I do. You said your friend, your friend, lizard folk, yes? Sort of
Yes.
white scales and little shifty-looking large horns.
Yes.
Yes, room 7, sir. I don't unfortunately have an extra key.
Okay. Corporal Biff, Corporal Kron,
Yes,
please watch
sir.
this.
Yes, sir.
Go upstairs to room 7. Knock on the door.
Oh shit! Is there anywhere like to hide in the room from the view of the door when it
There's
opens?
a sort of a little area where there is a latrine with a direct sort of shaft down. But there is a
But is it
small
like
door that you can it's a 1 bedroom room. So there's a small door here that would
just out of view of the door? If it opens, I wouldn't be in view of the door, the
Okay.
hallway.
Okay.
Like, is it like a wall, like against, like the door's not like on the edge of the room, right? There's probably like a corner or something.
Yeah,
where the
there's
door
a
opens,
corner.
I won't be seen.
It wouldn't hide you very well, but yeah, you
Well,
would
I'm
have
not
to
trying
make.
to hide. I'm not trying to hide from the person walking in. I'm just trying to
Okay.
hide from the hallway, so when the door opens, I'm not seen.
Got it. Okay.
Like, I'm also making noise and everything. I don't care. I'm
That's fine.
just trying to be out of view of the hallway.
Totally fine. Okay. So you guys hear
I just
knocking on the door.
I steadily walk over there. Who is it?
Who is it?
So Baltham.
Oh,
Elbauthin.
well, let him in. I don't want to be near the door.
All right, I walk over the door and just open it up for him.
The door opens, and there is Elbauthin.
Hey, was wondering where you've been.
Elbauthin now has a very
Come
sort
in,
of.
just get it.
He's got a different outfit on. It's a little bit more formal looking than he was before. He's got a sort of green and brown with yellow highlights all over his tunic, and he's wearing this awesome hat.
Just get in, please. I want to close the door as quick as possible.
Well, actually,
No,
I've got.
get in the room, please.
Okay, I step in.
Yep. Step
All
in.
right, close the door, please. Just close it.
Door
Close
closes
it.
behind you.
Thank you. All right, sorry. Go ahead now. I didn't want to be like this and see nothing in the hallway. Sorry.
So.
Oh, no problem.
So, what's up?
Well, I'm just letting you guys know that I'm gonna head over to the Yawning Portal on a patrol.
Yawning.
Yeah,
I
the
go back to
Yawning
working
Portal.
my commune, by the way. Sorry, I should mention.
What's special about that place?
Yeah, you see, now that I'm back in town, I have a job to do, and I've sort of been ordered to meet somebody there and also investigate something that's been going on in the area. Is that correct, Matt?
That is correct. Yeah. Essentially, the mission that you got the last time was concerning the change to Laeral Silverhand and all the stuff that has been going on with her.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm supposed to
You're
meet Mert. So there's again another issue with the Open Lord of Waterdeep, and I am again investigating an issue. I mean, I see that Loraxi is not Loraxi. He's fixed.
I'm fixing. Yeah, sorry. I'm busy, but I'm paying attention. Yes, I'm just working on this.
Well, if you guys want to meet me, I'll be there sometime in the afternoon tomorrow. I have to meet Mert. I just stopped by to let you know that I'm still around.
Where is this Yawning Portal at, anyways?
It's somewhere south. Don't worry about it.
It's actually on Soothsayer's Way.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's between Snail Street and Cook Street.
Is it?
Well, actually, it's between Gut Alley and Cook Street on Soothsayer's
It's
Way.
at the intersection of Soothsayer and God. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Google Maps says that traffic is light on the way to.
I'm just letting you guys know. You guys can do whatever you want. I have to go. Okay. With that,
Have
I
fun.
bid you guys adieu.
Wait, don't open the door yet. Go back to that corner. All right, now you can go. Sorry.
Okay. So I open the door, close the door behind me,
Mm,
walk downstairs.
I open the door real quick. Nice hat. And then I just
Thanks.
That was a nice hat. That's true.
and then I just close the door.
Okay. Cool bean.
Yeah.
With that said, I walk downstairs over to the guards.
Okay. Biff and Kron like watch you come down the steps. Biff goes, so I assume your friends were up there?
Well, I had to let them know something. The actual goal of this patrol is to get to the yawning portal.
Oh, I understand, sir. I will accompany you forthwith.
Sure. Was that Biff?
That was Biff. Kron, you can tell because when I do Kron, this is Kron. Right? Kron has no neck. Biff has neck. Right? There's Biff. And there's Kron. And Kron talks a little talk. He's got a little bit of sling blade in him. And Biff is this guy.
I
Slight
got you.
differences, people. A masterclass in voice acting right here. Just letting you know.
So with all that said, I give a quick glare at the barkeep,
Mhm.
and I'm like, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, Commander. Thank you for doing your duty.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
And we leave.
Okay. The trip from the Cyclops into the Yawning Portal is not that doesn't take that much time. Maybe another half an hour.
So with that said, I look over at Kron, and I'm like, Kron, note down that the innkeeper of the Cyclops Inn is paying the Zentarum.
I'm sorry, was there?
Note down.
Oh, note. Yes, I'm sorry. Note down.
Note.
Yeah.
Note.
I am noting, sir. I
Then take this note.
am taking notes.
Innkeeper from Cyclops Inn paying Zentarum.
Zentarium. Is that with an X or?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll probably have to keep an eye on this place at a later date.
Aye, sir. No problem.
Let's continue to the yawning portal.
Yes, sir. And you guys walk along.
Fix. Or
Yeah.
how long does this normally take?
You
10
were
minutes.
you were just about to finish your commune spell when you were so rudely interrupted by Elbauthin. But now you can certainly continue if you so choose.
I'm honestly not sure if I have to restart or if I could just keep going.
It's okay. You had a
so I'm
save.
just gonna try to
you
keep
had
going.
you had a save point, so it's totally fine.
This ruin looks almost done. Let me finish that and then I'll
Well,
continue. Almost done. What?
Do you want me to go get you a drink from downstairs?
I think I'm almost near the end. I think going down there and you come back up, I had already casted it. Then again, how long does the spell last? Wait, why am I even entertaining the idea of letting you drink?
I was gonna fetch us both a drink.
Loraxi is the one who cares anyway. Go ahead.
So I'm good to get a drink for both of us?
Yeah, sure.
Me?
Okay.
No. I generally like a fine wine or something. Just a simple wine. Loraxi's the fan of mead. I'm not really a fan of that kind of stuff. They're too bad.
So Talron goes downstairs to retrieve drinks while Fix finishes up his commune spell. And Fix, you're communing with your god, and your god is Cyric, correct?
That's correct.
Cyric as in Cyric, the Lord of Murder. Cyric.
Kind of. Not really the murder. It's
lies, right? The god of
Prince
lies?
of lies.
Prince of
Yeah.
lies. So is he one of these gods that always, like, lies?
Probably.
Or
I
like...
don't think you can. I don't think he's supposed to be able to commune though. I could be wrong.
Okay. I'll remember that one. And it's 3 questions, and he has to tell the truth, even though he's the god of lies.
Let me check. I don't know.
Okay. It's like, I'm sorry, I have to lie to you. I'm sorry.
You receive a correct answer for each question, is what it says.
Okay, correct answer. Very good. Okay.
Now, correct could mean different things. So
Totally. All right.
I imagine Loraxi's asked Cyric stuff before, so I don't know how.
Sure.
I don't know exactly the relationship.
Okay, I
So-
think it's a pretty good one, but that's fine. All right. So you finish your commune spell, and you feel sort of a sort of lightening of your aura, of your internal being. You feel like there's a connection now between you and Sarah. You smell incense for some reason, even though
I mean, there's literally incense on the floor.
that could be why that you smell incense. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not evil.
Then I'll ask the question. So
Okay.
the first question.
Question number 1. Go ahead.
Is this a premonition from Talron's warlock that we were just talking about?
Talron's patron?
Patron. I said warlock. Sorry. Patron.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Is this a premonition? So let me get this absolutely straight. Is this a premonition from
Talron's patron that we just spoke about?
In your mind, you hear sort of an echoing voice, as if from a.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should mention this can be yes, no, or unclear. He may not know it.
So the response is either yes, no, or shake, shake, shake.
Unclear.
Try again later, right? It's the magic 8 ball, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I should mention that. Sorry, there are multiple answers. He doesn't know everything necessarily.
Okay, fair enough. Then I guess you hear from this sort of cavernous space, you hear, yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Does this have anything to do with Ferros' relationship to Talron?
Again, you hear in a sort of almost mocking tone. Oh, yeah.
That sounds fantastic, Zerk. And final question, should we follow up on this relationship as soon as possible?
Should we follow up on this relationship? Hello, I'm Dr. Ruth. You should definitely follow up on this relationship as soon as you possibly can.
Vix has a very intimate connection with Cyric.
I can.
Yaka, is that?
Yeah.
Yaka?
Let me tell you a joke. No.
God damn it.
No, Yaka will not return.
That guy's back.
Yaka, the return of Yaka. No, absolutely not. Yes, you hear in your head a voice that says, well, that's up to you now, isn't it? And then nothing.
Those 3 questions, by the way, so just to be clear.
There's your 3 questions.
Right there. Yeah.
Poof. Spell disappeared.
It's good talking to him again. I feel invigorated.
I wonder how long it would take me to get those 2 drinks anyways.
Probably not that long. You go downstairs, you come back up as soon as I'd say as soon as he's done. Knock on the door.
Door's unlocked.
Hey, it's me.
When you open the door, I'm not even hiding from view.
Well, I immediately close behind and pass you a fine.
Oh, right. I was supposed to hide from that. I'm sorry. I'm a bit preoccupied.
He has drinks in his hand. You want to grab the drink?
Oh, right. Of course. Right. Yeah. I'll take the drink.
Okay.
What?
Right.
What is this?
Wine?
Very descriptive.
I mean, you
What does it look like?
I look down at the drink.
No, I'm asking Matt.
Oh, what does the wine look like? Let's think.
Yeah.
It looks like wine.
Wow! I'm getting so many descriptions right now.
I mean, is it?
It's.
red?
I mean,
it's,
is it a cab? Is it a
oh,
red
I
wine?
see.
Is there something like label on it, or is it a shot?
It's in a big mug that doesn't look like a Starbucks cup. Sorry for those of you who understand that reference.
Yeah, because like for
You guys-
someone like
You guys are on my side.
for
yeah.
someone like my character, he probably wouldn't know what other wine types there are.
Yeah, I don't think you really asked for a wine type. You just said wine, and the barkeep sort of turned around, uncorked a gigantic sort of magnum bottle, and just went glug 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 into a cup and just handed it to you, and then expected some.
Gotta say, Talron, this is quite a bit of wine. I hope you're not drinking the same amount. What are you drinking?
Wine?
All right, how much have you drank already?
None?
All right, don't drink too much. This is a little much. I think even Loraxi
it?
wouldn't drink this much.
I've never had wine
Yes.
before.
So when you have wine, generally you don't have it in a mug.
I'm not?
No. No, you don't. Not at all. It's too much.
Is it?
Yes. I think I just said that.
Unless it's really shitty wine.
I mean,
I don't. I heard some voice in my head, but I couldn't understand it for a second.
Well, I mean, you told me to get you wine, so I got
Right.
you wine.
I keep forgetting you're new to this.
I'm new to a city full of random people I've never met before.
Right. So we're gonna have to do this. All right. I need you to go downstairs again and maybe get a smaller glass. Don't necessarily bring the mugs back. Just ask him for a smaller glass we can use, so you can drink a proper amount without falling on the ground blacked out. If that makes sense. Actually, better yet, drink a little bit and then you're done. How about that?
Okay.
I'll take a sip as well.
Okay.
What's-
I mean, it's very, very watered down grape juicy wine. It doesn't taste.
Never mind. You can drink more of this if you want. This is nothing.
You take a sip, if that's what I think that you're trying to do right now, Talron. And I mean, it's a very strange taste. It tastes sort of bitter and sweet at the same time, but it mostly just tastes like sort of swamp water, like the kind of water that you used to, have with soup when you were young. I mean, it's not the most pleasant taste, but it could be worse.
How the heck do people around here drink this stuff?
That's fine. This one sucks. You got a really bad wine, Talron.
You didn't tell me to get you specific wine. I didn't know there was different types of wine.
That's fair. To be honest, I was a little bit more scared. I've been a little bit antsy in this form, but now I can talk to you because I'm pretty happy. So if that makes sense, I'm explaining exactly how I'm feeling to you, so it's very clear. You can't really see on my face because there's nothing here.
You don't have a mouth?
No, I have one. It's just no lips.
Wait, how the heck do you drink?
I can make lips.
Oh man, I don't want to get into a discussion of how you. Like, let's just stop you right there. Like, honestly, I'm going to pull the DMX card here, right there, and just say, don't talk about lips, making lips.
So,
anyways, I asked Cyrix some questions. I asked Cyrix some questions, and first things first. Yes, it was a premonition from your patron, whatever his name may be. And the second thing, it has something to do with Ferros, if it wasn't obvious already. The third thing, we could follow up on it if we wanted to, whatever it may mean. Was there anything else that you forgot?
No, that's pretty much everything I remember.
It was just visions? There was no noises or anything?
I mean, some disgusting noises, but that was pretty much it.
What were the disgusting noises?
I really have to go into detail about that again.
That's up to you.
Well, how are we supposed to follow up on this if we don't know all the information, Talron?
I don't know. We could just go to where Elbauthin went.
He's asking you to make the wet, disgusting noises, I think.
I mean, sure, if you don't want to follow up on this.
I mean, I would like to follow up on it, but...
All right, Talron. Let me ask you this question. Maybe it'll help you out a little bit. What do you think we should do about this vision you just had?
Investigate upon it, maybe?
All right, and how are we supposed to investigate upon it?
That's honestly a good question.
You're the one who had the premonition. You saw it with your own eyes. You heard it with your own ears.
Means.
Premonition. I'm sorry. Premonition is when something that's like a vision of the future, a vision of something bad happening, or some omen.
All I know is it was all underground.
So should we go underground?
Well, that's where the tentacles came from.
Where was Ferros in this?
Behind me.
Ferros behind, but isn't he somewhere else?
Apparently he was in town.
Are you
None
sure?
of this is making a lot of sense to you, Fix. None of this dream. I mean, I wouldn't say that Fix is necessarily a sort of dream. One of these guys who sort of
I know what you mean.
interprets dreams. Yeah, dream interpreter, right? But you're doing a darn good try, that's for sure. With Talron.
He's lost. He's completely lost.
Yeah, I think, I mean, a combination, if you want, go ahead and I'll have you roll a preemptive insight check. Because I think this face, like this, what? It means insight is almost like.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. I think you get the feeling that Talron is either so bewildered or so emotionally wrapped up in what he has just experienced that he can't really make a lot of sort of decisions at this point, or interpretations of what the hell this means. There's a lot of baggage there, right?
All right, Talron. I'm feeling good, but I need to sleep, and you need to sleep too. So, I'm gonna become some sort of like lizard thing. Not gonna say lizard. Something that can sleep on the floor comfortably. And you're gonna go in that bed and sleep, and we'll be done for the night. That makes
Well-
sense.
Any plans for the morning, though?
I have no idea. We'll see what happens when the morning comes.
I mean, everyone's talking about that yawning portal place.
What does it matter to you?
I don't know. I thought it looked rather more interesting than this place.
It's nighttime.
Fine.
You bought a room
Yeah, not
for
really.
the night. That's
Okay.
it.
Gee,
Sorry if
thanks.
I'm a little abrasive. I just had a good experience. I'm not in my element.
Yeah, whatever you say, Dad.
Right. I could be a dad. You want me to be? What do you look like?
Go.
And Fix will transform it. Obviously it's still bipedal, but some sort of creature has some more like relaxation on the floor. It's not necessarily like it has a good enough structure that it won't be super uncomfortable laying on the floor.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just gonna walk over to my bed, face back, like face back, and then fall backwards onto the bed.
Okay, and you pass out just
Yeah.
immediately afterwards.
Oh, weird conversation.
Luckily, neither of you snore. Zeke, it's the middle of the night, and you find
It is.
yourself in the trades ward.
Yes.
You've made it here. It's been a good walk. You've walked past the beautiful city of the dead on your left, peaceful park / graveyard. You pass by the Hawkman statue on the right, which has always been sort of appealing to you for some reason. You're not quite sure why that statue, sort of all the 7 statues here in Waterdeep, that one just sort of something about it, just kind of you kind of feel in tune with that one.
It resonates with me.
Yeah. So it doesn't make you feel any trepidation as you wander south of the city, and you see on your right this massive castle, which you haven't really taken a very good look at recently. It's been years since you've been this close to Castle Waterdeep, where the Open Lord of Waterdeep, Leiral Silverhand, makes her residence. It's a looming edifice that overlooks this sort of cliff area. And just beyond it, the sort of massive beaches that go out to the wall that encircles Waterdeep. And then beyond that, the ocean.
I take a look at it and I think, that's a nice house. kind of bland, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Uh,
so big. Too many
yeah, I
rooms.
mean, it doesn't have character. It's not really my style, but I sort of nod my head towards it in respect to a house with good bones and continue wandering. As I've spent the evening wandering around the city, I figured if I'm looking for people who want to go down into the portal, I should probably just go to the portal.
Fair enough. You're about
Seems
3
to
or
make
4
the most
blocks
sense.
away. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna make my way the rest of the way there
Okay.
and see what's happening in the yawning portal at this
Super.
lovely time of evening.
Absolutely. How do you want to enter? There are several different entryways into the yawning portal. There is the front
Hmm.
entrance, and then there is the back entrance.
I'm gonna take the back entrance.
Okay, fair enough. So you wander down this alleyway in the back entrance. Make a perception check.
Yes, sir.
18. You walk down the alleyway, and you spot something at the very end, sort of hidden amidst the sort of refuse. You see a box.
Hmm. Interesting. Uh, does the box look familiar to me in any way?
I don't think that it does. I mean, it's a wooden box. It's got leather straps over it.
Does it look like it contains anything valuable?
You wouldn't know. It's a
I wouldn't know.
box. What's in the
It's a box.
box?
What's in the box? Is there anything else around the box, or is it like against a wall, or is it literally just a box sitting in the middle of the alley?
I think, and Qrevialur, you'll probably have to correct me if I'm wrong, that it's not hidden, correct? It's just sort of sitting there, right?
Well, it's like, it'd be like between two trash bags, two filled trash bags, where you have to you take a double take, you're like, wait, like be like that.
Okay. There you go.
Hmm.
Alex is losing it. He literally was frozen, like laughing for about, I don't know, it was like 20 seconds. That was great.
I take a moment and regard the box, and I weigh my mission for the evening with my natural tendencies
Okay.
as I try to decide what I want to do about said box.
Okay.
And I look around. I don't see anybody else around me.
Not with an 18. Nope.
Mm, I am going to sort of reach for it and then decide, no, you know what? I think that I'm going to remember this is here, but I'm going to go and head into the bar and do the thing I'm supposed to do. For once, like Archie was getting a little down on me about screwing things up, blowing up the wrong building, and ugh.
Okay.
I definitely do a little antsy dance in the alley for a few minutes because it's really hard for me to quell
Okay.
that impulse. But I'm gonna take a deep breath, shake it off, go into the door before I can change my mind.
Perfect. I think Drakon was just about to have a heart attack before you decided that you were going to make that decision. So,
I don't want to give Drakon a heart attack.
Of course not.
So I'm gonna behave myself for what may be the last time in this campaign and not try to break into the box and instead head into the bar.
Okay, you enter the bar, the yawning portal. Even at this time of night, the yawning portal is kind of hopping. There is a large crowd of people. There is a bard who is playing I think he's got. Does he have a lute or does he have a flute? He's got a flute. And he's sort of playing a sort of soft, sad tune. He's actually a pretty attractive-looking guy. He's a. I wouldn't say he's the most attractive human that you've seen, but I mean he's wearing very stylish clothes, and his hair is sort of just flopped in that perfect sort of floop. That's
I love a good floop.
The floop, right? Beyond that, the tavern has about 20 or 30 odd people, some of which are inebriated, some of which are not. There's a long bar that extends about halfway down the length of of the actual room itself, and then you see it directly in the middle of the room is this enormous 40-foot wide hole with a very small, maybe only a foot tall railing. On one side of the 40-foot wide well, there is a opening, and above it is an arm yard with a winch and a pulley on the end of it. And there is a rope that extends from the end of this pulley to a small platform, which seems to extend from a rope to the end of that pulley. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to sort of stroll beside the giant hole in the ground, maybe glance over that railing, see if I can see anything in the yawning chasm.
You have dark vision, correct?
I do.
Okay, you can see 60 feet down there, and it is dark as bejesus. Beyond that 60 feet radius of your vision, which you can see that the walls of this well are immensely steep, if not just sheer, and slick. Beyond that, you don't see anything.
Okay. I am going to leave the portal and head up to the bar.
Okay.
And what is the bartender's name again?
The bartender's name is Durnan. He's relatively well
Durnan.
known around these parts.
Oh yeah. I flag Durnan down.
Okay. Durnan
With a
comes
friendly
walking
wave.
over to you. He's got a cloth that he has over his shoulder, and he sort of takes it off and wipes down the bar in front of you and says, "How can I help you?"
I'll say, hello, how's it going this evening, my friend?
Just sort of nods.
Chatty as always, that's great. Could I please have an order of cheese fries and what? They're really good cheese fries.
No,
and
I think-
something I don't something that's got bubbles in it. I'm not picky. Just, effervescent would be nice.
Sorry to have you notice this, but the kitchen's closed. We'll give you
Kitchen's closed?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's not that late. It's just cheese fries. Come on.
I don't have cheese. Is not cut up. My fryer is cold. I do not have the potatoes chopped up.
Well, that is
I mean,
that is
I can give you cold leftovers
that is
from earlier in the evening, but I do not have the option of keeping the kitchen open past 11 o'clock at night. It's just not worth my time. Most people don't come in at 1 in the morning asking for cheese fries, even the drunk ones.
I find that terribly difficult to believe, but I will accept cold leftover cheese fries.
He sort of like
and
scoffs a little bit, and he's like,
What can I say? Sometimes a girl can't be picky. And I'd like some information if you've got a second. And I pull a gold coin out of my bag and just kind of like give it a little bing spin on top of the bar.
he says, "Information about what?"
Anybody been asking about the portal lately?
I mean, it's right over there. Everybody else.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, not in a, ooh, what's that big scary hole? I've never seen something like that way, and more in a, that looks interesting. I might take a trip down the winch kind of way.
Like I said, everybody does, in fact, come here for one of two purposes: either to get fucking drunk as hell, or to go down in the portal, try their luck down in Undermountain.
Well, I mean, judging by what I see around me right now, it is mostly the former.
Yeah,
Have there been
there have been a
have there-
few groups that have gone down there in the past couple days.
anyone who hasn't gone down yet?
Not tonight, no.
Not tonight, in the last day or so?
I think. Last day, there was one guy who went down.
Hmm,
Yeah. He went down by himself. Fucking
that doesn't sound wise.
He
Yeah,
thought he
I
was
agree.
the biggest guy on the planet. He was this big 7-foot tall dude. He's like, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna kick some ass and take some dames and shit like that. And then just
I
nothing.
mean, when are they going to learn that size is not what counts here? Really?
Right.
Anyway, if you happen to hear of anybody thinking of heading down that way, would you let me know? Make it worth your while.
He grabs the gold and he sort of looks at it and he says, well, there have been rumors about stuff that goes down there. If you're interested.
I might be. Yes, I might be very interested in that. What can you tell me?
Make a persuasion check. Look at you. Okay, so the great thing about this is where the fun comes, guys. The great thing about this module, or about this adventure, is that the Dungeon of the Mad Mage has a deck of secrets. Dun dun dun. What is the deck of secrets? Well, it is in the live game. It's a bunch of cards that you can take and you can hand them out to players. In the Roll20 module, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up this deck of secrets, and I am going to deal a card directly to Zeke, which will be her card to have, which she can then look at and choose to do one of two things. Either keep it to herself, or two, you can choose to read it out loud for the player's knowledge.
Okay.
All right, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm dealing it to you.
Beautiful.
It is now there. If you want, you can go ahead and click on it.
Is it in my handouts?
So if you take a look at right under the Roll20, you should see all the names. You should see right above your name.
Oh, yes, there it is.
There you
Tiny.
go. Yeah, it's a little small. If you click on it, you will see the secret.
I can steal a card.
You will not steal her card. I will find out. If you steal her card, I will know.
What's on the card?
What's in the box?
Definitely not. We know what's in the box. It's just a
I am going to keep it to myself for now.
Fair enough. Okay. Do you want to keep that, or do you want me to retrieve it back into the deck? Because there could very well be that others may get that exact same secret if they decide to go into the awning portal and ask around for room.
If it goes back in the deck, do I still have access to this information, or I have to like memorize it and then it goes back in the deck?
I would say it'd probably be best to memorize it. It's up to you, though. You know what? Let
Very
me think
good.
about this. Let me think about this.
Okay.
You know what? Let's go ahead and have you just keep it. That way, everybody gets a different secret.
Different secret.
Yeah.
Okay, works for me.
Let's do that. That's cooler.
All right. How do
Just-
I make that get small? Go away. I can't figure it out. It'll go away eventually, I'm assuming.
You can just exit out. You should be able to exit out.
I did. It's still large and square on my screen,
You
but
can double click the top, I think, and it will minimize it.
no, it's not going away. But I'll figure it out later. Oh wait,
Okay.
there we go. Figured it
you
out.
go.
Got it. Boom! I got my secret. Okay,
Cool.
It's new to all of us too, so
cool.
no, it really is. Actually, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
All right, excellent. Okay, so I smile at Durnan and say, "Thank you. That was incredibly helpful, and I will remember that."
You're quite welcome.
Excellent.
I'm
and
not
I take...
telling you if that rumor's necessarily true. It's
Oh
just-
no, that's fine. I mean, information is currency. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, if you ever need a hand from me in finding anything out or getting something back, you just let a girl know.
I appreciate that.
Alrighty, and I take my bubble. Has he given me my bubbly beverage yet?
Yeah, I'd say he's giving you his the best ale that the yawning portal can possibly provide.
Excellent. I take that and my cold leftover cheese fries and take up residence at a table with a nice visual on both the front door and the hole. I mean, the hole's huge, so
Yep. As you walk
I don't think I would
by
be out of
the
line.
bar to your table, the bard sort of like gives
I give him a little wave.
Okay.
And take a seat at the table.
he's blowing his flute, so he can't really do very much talking, but he's just like,
Yeah, perfect. Works for me.
okay, cool. All right, so let me take track of who is doing what. Qrevialur is asleep. Talron and Ferros are asleep. Elbauthin He's on his
Anywho.
way
I don't
back.
think Ferros. I think Ferros is unconscious.
Well, Ferros is totally unconscious. Loraxi's asleep. Talron is asleep. Qrevialur's asleep. Zeke is eating cheese fries. And is awake.
Very on
Eating-
brand.
Totally. Elbauthin, you were on your way from the Cyclops into the Yawning Portal, correct?
I'm actually already there.
Oh, fantastic. So you are already at the Yawning Portal, and I would assume that your two guard friends are still with you, am I correct?
That's right, Corporal Biff and Corporal Kron.
Beautiful. They are sitting to either side of you, and you're sitting here in the Yawning
Well,
Portal.
no, we're at the front door. We haven't even come in yet.
Oh, at the
Right?
front. That's right, at the front door. That's why Zeke didn't see. Makes a lot of sense. All right, so you are at the front door. Would you like to enter the premises?
We enter the premises.
You enter, and you see the exact same thing that Zeke saw, except from the front door.
So I look over at Corporal Biff and Corporal Kron, and I tell them to patrol around the bar, look for anything interesting.
Okay. Make rolls for them. Done this for a long time. Plus.
And I head over to the bar to talk to, don't say his name,
Durnan. Okay. Durnan sees you come in. Gives you a nod.
Hey, Durnan. How you doing, man?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Have you seen a fellow named Mert come by?
Mert usually frequents this establishment, but I think it's a little late for him. He usually comes by in the afternoons, leaves around 8 or 9 o'clock.
Okay. Anything strange going on lately?
Define strange, my friend. Define it.
Well, obviously, people come here to jump into the damn hole in the middle, and or get drunk, right? So anybody jump in the hole and come back out of the hole?
Recently? Nope.
But there was at some point somebody that jumped into the hole and came back out of the hole.
I mean, yeah, long time ago someone did. Usually they go down and then they're like, help, help, I cannot get back up, please pull me out. And then I pull them back out.
A lot of talk about Zentarum floating around town nowadays. Even further south in the North Ward. You heard anything about that?
Such a...
You aren't paying them, are you?
paying who?
The Zentarum.
Tarm? No. Tarm. Pieces of shit.
Okay.
Can I hear this conversation?
Make a perception check. It's pretty rowdy, so make it with disadvantage.
Okay.
So you do not hear this conversation.
Can I get closer and try and hear it?
Yeah, I mean, you can go closer, and if you want to be noticed, you can come around the back if you want. If you don't want to, then you can sort of make a relatively easy stealth check because
Sorry,
it's a
your sound
bar.
cut out. Yeah, your sound cut out on that. What would you tell me to do?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be noticed, you can certainly come around back and sort of introduce yourself. If not, then you can make a relatively easy stealth check.
I'll take the easy stealth check.
Super. Make a stealth check. Oof, man.
I'm stealthy.
That's impressive, considering Elbauthin's passive perception. That's still pretty darn good. Okay, so you go about 20 feet away from this rather tall elf with long, flowing blonde hair and this awesome hat with his red feather. And he's talking to
It was
Durnan.
kind of the hat.
It was the
It was
hat.
the
That was
hat
the
that made me
giveaway.
want to listen.
Totally.
Yeah.
So now you can make another perception check, just a standard perception check, to see if you can listen in on the rest of the conversation as it occurs. 14. Okay. I'd say you're going to get about half of this. So,
Okay.
Elbauthin, fire away.
So yeah, so no one's strange coming by. I have to meet Mert tomorrow in the afternoon, so I'm thinking of staying. It's okay if we post up here, me and the two guards.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I got plenty of rooms upstairs if you want. That's no problem.
Yeah. So I call Biff and Kron over.
Okay? They sort of slub over to your table.
You see anything interesting, guys?
Nope, sorry, we haven't found anything. There's nothing going on that we've been. It's the yawning portal, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. With that said, you guys can go. You guys can go back. Make sure that you tell the sergeant at arms how far south the Centaurum is gotten, as far as kickbacks from these local inns. They've made it pretty far south of the North Ward, right about the High Road area.
Oh yeah, I have it all notated, sir. Totally. It's here in my notepad.
Good job, Biff.
No, I'm not Biff, sir. He's Biff.
Kron.
Yes, that's me, sir. Private Crown.
All right, Private Kron. You can head back over to the barracks.
All right. Thank you kindly, sir. Is Biff to accompany me, sir?
Yeah, and take Biff with you.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Biff, come on, let's go. All right, let's go. And the two of them exit the yawning.
All right, so with that said, I'm gonna lean over to Durden and very quietly whisper into his ear, or whisper to him.
I love you.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
Sorry, it led up to it. I was expecting something that I didn't get.
Cute
Never
though.
mind.
Pretty cute.
Sorry.
I explained to him the situation with as little detail as possible. One of the lords of Waterdeep has been affected by something, and I need to sort of figure out what the effect is, and it has something to do with that there portal and Undermountain.
I see. Yeah.
Any information you can give would be appreciated.
I mean,
By the watch.
there have been rumors of all kinds of stuff going on down there. I can tell you what I know.
So tell me what you know, very quietly.
And quietly, he passes you a card from the deck of secrets, which I'm going to do again this time. Elbauthin. Deal 1. Deal. So there you go. That is yours to look at, peruse at your own leisure, and either read it out loud or keep it to yourself. The great thing about this, guys, is I don't even know what secrets you've got.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep this one to myself.
Okay, very good.
Well, thank you there, sir.
Hey, tweren't nothing. It's almost as if I don't even know what I told you.
Amazing. So how do I keep this?
You keep it. That's it. It's yours.
If you want to close it, double click the little card above your name icon, and that'll make it get small again.
There you go.
Okay. Thanks. That's it. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for a room.
Okay. He takes your, I think it's 2 gold for a room at the awning portal.
That's kind of an expensive room. These rooms are really expensive, but okay.
It's water deep. Welcome to New
Mm.
York. Welcome to New York prices. You don't
All
like
right,
it? Go to Chicago.
I'll hand him the 2 gold.
Okay. He passes you a key to a room upstairs. Let's call it room 12. And says, "Oh, I guess I'll see you in the morning. Have a pleasant stay."
So I watch him go upstairs.
Okay.
Is the bard still playing?
Oh, yeah, he just finished his set.
Excellent. I'm gonna cast message and just whisper to him, "Hey, what you doing later?"
He responds back in less than 25 words. He says, "Nothing. I'm not sure who this is, but I mean, my set just finished, and I'm hoping that I'll get paid sooner rather than late." And then it cuts off because that was the end of the 25 words.
I whisper back because this lasts for. Oh no, sorry, that's only one.
It's only
round.
one.
Well, it's also a cantrip, so I can cast it
You can
again.
cast it again.
Actually, I'm not going to cast it again. I'm just going to walk up and with a little flick of my tail say, "Well, I'm looking for a place to crash if you happen to have one."
His mouth opens slightly, and he's like, "I mean, oh, I guess that you were the. I mean,
Yes, it was me.
cool. I guess we should probably like introduce each other to each other first. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, sure, if that's what you're into.
My name is
Alright.
Matrim. Matrim. They called me Matrim 3 strings.
But you play the flute.
I know it's a very strange acronym or association. I do play lots of different instruments. The flute is not my best one. The lute is actually my number one item.
Oh, I do love a good lute player. My name is Zeke, by the way.
That is a very I like that name, Zeke.
Well, I like you. I think you're cute.
Well, thank you kindly.
So about that place to crash, what do you say?
I mean, sure. I've got a room upstairs. His eyes are getting wide, and he's starting to perspire a little bit.
I give him a little pat on the shoulder and I say, "That sounds great. What number?"
It's room 13.
Excellent. I'll meet you upstairs. And I just swish on past him and head upstairs to 13.
Okay, I got another set. Oh, shit.
I head directly into his room.
Okay.
Is the door locked?
The door is locked.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I have thieves' tools, so I
You
think
do
I can
indeed
break
have
it.
thieves' tools.
I can break into that.
So why don't you go ahead and use your dexterity check to break into his room?
Boom. And
18. Yeah, you put the thieves' tools in the lock. Just takes about 20 seconds, and then the door opens.
excellent. I let myself in, go over to the bed, and just immediately pass out.
Okay, there you go. That's great. All right, fantastic. Elbauthin, you go up to your room. It's squalid, but nothing that you weren't expecting already at a place like this.
I sleep.
You sleep. I sleep. And the night for all 5 of you.
Well, actually, I trance out.
You what now?
I don't sleep. I trance, right?
That's right. You trance for
trance
4
out.
hours. That's right. You trance out. No, totally not that kind of trance. Yeah, you trance for 4 hours, which ends up that you wake up from your trance, and the sound from the the sound from the bar downstairs has essentially ceased. There's no music. There is no longer any sounds of a sort of rowdy atmosphere. It is very quiet.
I think you just killed all sound.
I did. I killed all the sound.
Well, time to go.
So that's what happens that evening. I'm going to go ahead and say that we fast forward until dawn breaks. Yes, dawn
It's-
breaks.
I'd like to wait for this in real time.
Yes, no, that's not going to happen.
Aw.
But what we are going to do is we are going to take our break right here, and when we come back from break, we will find out what happens on the morning of the, well, let's just call it what it is, the morning where everything's gonna fucking happen. And we'll be back
Excellent.
in, let's call it, shall we say 5 minutes? Cool. We'll be back in 5 minutes, folks. I will see you then.
Great.
Man, Kraw, why would you want to look like my dad?
If we're live, hello.
We
Otherwise, Matt's
are,
being
in fact, live, and we are back.
Cheers.
So we're back. How's everybody doing? Their 5 minute break.
For those who don't know, Matt is very bad at telling us when we're live. He's very quiet, so we're all awkward.
I totally. You're so.
Yeah, it's on purpose. How have you not realized it at this point?
Oh, he's like the awkward silence right when we all come back.
Yeah.
I want just everyone to be like, are we on the internet? I really hope we're not on the internet right now because I'm embarrassed.
It's really hard.
I'm totally not drinking.
Totally not drinking. Because
Totally not.
drinking is bad for you.
Drinking is illegal for my age.
Sure. Okay. Let's get back into it, shall we? This time I'm going to say the name right. Ferros. Your eyes open. And you are on a cold marble table? Not quite sure. You look
I'm
up
going
at a
to-
sort of cavernous, well, not cavernous, I would say vaulted ceiling made of stone.
All right, I'm gonna tense up for a second, just try to feel around.
Okay. You look around, you feel around. You are naked.
Do I see any clothing around anywhere?
No, but you were underneath this very sort of, you're underneath a sheet. It's a sort of white sheet.
Check my spells 1 second.
Okay.
I haven't got to use the sheet in a while. Okay.
You're
right.
you're in a relatively dim room. It's got one hanging lantern hanging from the top.
And how do I feel exactly? I've just woken up from this.
I'm gonna go ahead and say different. You definitely don't feel. You don't feel like there's something missing anymore. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay. I'm gonna look around for anything that isn't the table in this room.
Okay. You see, to your direct left, you see a bunch of clothes. Your clothes, boots. You see your necklace. And
Sorry, necklace. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what you're talking about.
yeah, there's a necklace there. Scott, it's right on top of your clothes.
I've never seen this necklace before.
No, you haven't. But it seems to be yours because it's on your clothes.
Okay. If I don't see anyone else around the room, I guess I'll get up and just grab my clothes and
Okay.
put them on.
Okay. What do you want to do with the necklace?
I'll look at it. What does it look like?
It's got a symbol of denier on it. It's an open eye with a candle coming out of it.
I'll stash it in a pocket for a bit.
Okay, fair enough. Put your clothes on.
Anything else around the room?
At this point, there is a large wardrobe, which is against the wall.
There's any doors?
The doors of the wardrobe are shut.
No, of the room.
Oh, there is there is a door to the room. There is indeed a door to the room. That's correct.
And do I hear any noises?
Make a perception
all?
check.
Anything? I can do this now.
You don't hear anything beyond the sort of echoing of your breathing in this small room.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the wardrobe. What does it look like?
It's a large oaken wardrobe. It's got carved symbols of denier in it.
I'm gonna open it.
It is locked.
I'm sorry?
It is locked.
Okay. Do I is this place? Do I remember this place? If it is where I think it is?
You have never been to this place.
Okay.
You don't recognize your surroundings at all.
I'll cast detect magic then, straight up.
Okay. Detect magics blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead. Okay. So
this is just general feeling around the area for what's around, not
So-
necessarily looking for anything.
here's a question: how did you know how to do detect magic? Is that part of like?
How did I know? Well, no, I mean, it makes sense. It's a wizard spell, so it's arcane fighter. Yeah, I can do
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wizard spell.
yeah, that's true. Let me just think.
That's normal.
Yeah, yeah.
I know how to cast this spell. I've done it before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. So it's very strange. When you cast detect magic, sort of like you can see like your eyes change to you can see certain colors of magic that intimates that number one, the item is magical, and number two, you can determine its aura, and that usually tells you it's school. In this case, your eyes change. Your view is changed a little bit. It's no longer colors anymore. It's almost as if you can like smell it. You can smell certain things like food in a way. Like you can smell certain items in and around you that have magical properties. It's no longer a vision thing. It's like you can smell it.
And do I smell anything?
You certainly smell something coming from in that wardrobe.
Anything else around the room?
Sniff around, and that that necklace that you have in your pocket is sort of smelling in a way.
I'll pull it out and look at it.
Okay.
What kind of magic is it?
It is. I mean, it's hard to typify, but it is of a divine.
Obvious. It's the obvious answer. Hey, can you see this? No. Are you home? No.
Okay. As I'm staring at it, I'm gonna accidentally do something I don't know how to. If that's all right.
Mhm. I'm just gonna mute.
As I'm
Talon,
staring
because
at
I
it-
think he's talking.
Yes, Septur, you may want to mute your mic.
I muted him. It's okay. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I accidentally do this, not knowing that's allowed.
Okay. So it's very strange. Like you look at it, and it's almost as if for some reason or another you just feel that your powers are very, very different now. You just sort of feel this sort of weird warm glow coming off of this necklace.
Okay. I'll put it back in my pocket one more time.
Okay.
And keeping the detect magic active, is there anything else around the room?
No, nothing else around the room that is smelling like magic.
Not the door either?
No, the door is not magical.
I'm gonna slowly open the door
Okay.
to see what's behind it.
The door opens, and you see a long stone hallway with that goes left and right, and you see torches along that hallway. One every, let's say, 5 or 10 feet.
Are these torches lit?
They are lit. Illuminates the hallway in an orange glow.
Alright. Well, fuck it. Thaumaturgy. Voice 10, 10 or 5 times louder.
I think it's.
Hey! Anyone here? Oh, that's the wrong voice. Hello, anyone here? I haven't done that voice in a while.
The voice echoes down the hallway
3
and
times.
sort of things back and forth. And then you hear coming from the end of the hallway, you hear a sort of a very bright and cheerful voice that you remember from the individual who you were with just before you blacked out. Pekakin. Father Pekakin. And you hear him calling down the hallway, and you hear sort of footsteps going, "Hold on, I'll be right there."
I close the door and I'm gonna wait inside the room.
You close the door, and you sit back on your on the
No, I'm not saying down. I'm just gonna sit and stare
Okay.
in the room and look at the wardrobe for a second. While he
Okay, you
comes
hear the footsteps approaching the door.
in. You can come in.
Opens the door, throws the door open. There is the young looking Father Peckakin, beaten in sweat, wearing his sort of cassock and his holy symbol of Denier. And he's looking at you, and he's sort of staring at you, going, "You're awake! Oh, I'm so happy."
Right. I went to sleep, and now I'm awake. It's simple, really. It makes sense.
Okay. Whoa, I
What?
didn't.
Something.
I
what?
mean, I tried to wake you up and you wouldn't wake up, but now it seems like you just woke up by yourself. Oh,
That's normally how people wake up. I don't understand.
I mean, you just sort of collapsed. And, I and some of the other brothers brought you here.
Where is here?
I mean, we're in the crypts. This is the crypts.
So you, just to be clear, I want to make sure I get this exactly right. So I
Sure.
don't mean to push you in a corner. I fell unconscious in the temple, and so after I fell unconscious in the temple, you thought, I can't wake him up. I'm gonna bring him to the crypts.
Well, I mean, I don't have anywhere that I could have put you I don't have any kind of medical situations, and I thought that, if there's anybody who's going
Oh,
to...
are the medical situations here in the crypts?
No, I was going to get someone who actually could administer some...
Oh, you got someone then. I'm sure you got someone.
His brow furrows as if he's like being spoken to in a way that's very strange, and he says, I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? I thought that it was for your own well being.
Oh no, you did. I think you did something. I'm not sure exactly what you did. I passed out in your temple, and you thought I was dead, bringing me to the crypts.
I didn't think you were dead. You were still breathing, but I couldn't wake you back up, and so I thought that maybe if I could get somebody... I don't know. I was really scared, and I was hoping that maybe that in the morning, which it is right now, that I would be able to, bring you someplace that I could help revive you, or bring in someone who had a little bit more divine ability than I had to help revive you, and I didn't...
Hey, just calm down for a second. Just take your words one step at a time. I'm not gonna hurt you if you think I'm going to. Do I look like someone who hurt someone? Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna take out the symbol in here and put it around my neck. See?
Oh. So you found it.
I figured it was a gift from you, if it makes sense. I mean, you're the one who's been around me, I assume. You probably tried to find someone to help me out. Unfortunately, you were unable to find someone. That's alright. I usually can live through these things. You probably got a few people around and you asked a bit, and you couldn't figure out exactly what. So, I can understand your predicament. Next time, if you do this, something like this, which is fine if you do, have a cleric around, just in case.
I was planning on getting one, especially considering... And he sort of points to your face.
I'm sorry?
I didn't know how to fix that. I mean,
Give him
like...
a mirror.
I mean, not here in the room. I can go get one if you want.
Before you get one, what's in this? And point to the wardrobe.
Oh. I really wasn't supposed to tell you about that until, like, you realize... Well, there's... I don't think it's really there's things in there that are for you, but not right now. Maybe like later,
Later, after what?
after you find out what happened to you.
I figure I know what happened. I
What
talked to.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Well,
Okay, so you know what happened, and I don't have to tell you. Great.
yeah, so I'm already open to that, sure.
What happened then?
Do you really? Do you need to know? I'm not sure. You know what? Fair enough. You help me out. I'll tell you because if you're in curiosity, I don't want it to hold you down. I found a lovely little archdevil who decided to talk to me, and well, after she talked to me, she grabbed my hand and shook it. Wasn't a very interesting conversation. She did a great job of hiding whatever she was trying to do, and I passed out.
So that's really interesting.
It makes sense. I'm a tiefling. I have some heritage. I thought it was demonish, but I guess it's devilish. Now that I
Yeah.
know.
No, I mean, I said before that like the heritage thing. I didn't realize it was going to go like that far. Wow.
Yeah, it makes sense though. I mean, if it happened, I understand.
Okay. So what happened with Denier then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope. Nothing at all.
So you didn't gain any kind of purpose or understanding about yourself from this?
I mean, I gained a little bit of understanding of who my ancestors are.
Hmm.
I won't lie, I feel a bit different. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but I feel different. Uh, but I mean, other than that, I'm not sure if I understand.
Okay.
I just saw this archdevil. Weird things happen that I can't really explain.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm here.
Okay. You're Ferros Dechanka, right?
Did I tell you my name?
No, but I kind of know who you are already.
And how's that?
Denier told me. He told me who you were and why you were here.
I couldn't understand that, Matt. Sorry.
Why you were here.
Um. So you know more than I do, actually.
Well, I kind of do. Yeah. I'm sorry for sort of playing you a little bit, but it was important to make sure that you followed the Great Lord's instructions as he gave them to me, and I didn't want to tell you because I didn't think that you would actually believe me.
I mean, I'm here, aren't I?
No, you are here, and I mean, just like Lord Denier said that you would be. But I'm kind of depressed that he didn't give you the gift that he said he was going to.
What did he say he'd give?
He said you were his champion, and he said that you would become his
Like
greatest champion ever.
me?
Yeah.
A champ? Okay, I'm just some tiefling from up north. How could I
No, no,
ever be?
no, no, no. You're really not. I mean,
I've been told this a lot. Similar things, not exactly the same things, but similar things. I don't see a champion being one of them. Some of the professors at Candlekeep said similar things, not exactly the same, like chosen or something. I don't know what that means. I've written a book, but like I don't see a champion being
yeah,
anywhere near.
can I just stop you for a sec? Um, um, if what the Lord Denier says is true, and I have no reason to believe that it's not, he has said to me that you would be his champion, and that you were looking for something in your life to give you greater purpose than what you have, and that it was my job to send you on your way to that purpose.
Um, well, I guess it's unfortunate. Didn't really go too far. Got a little bit of heritage, went the wrong way.
I don't know if it's necessarily the wrong way, Ferros. We all just have ways in our lives. Right way or wrong way, we all end up at one destination or another.
Wow, that's a fantastic quote. Where'd you hear that?
I think I just made it up right here and now.
Well, I guess you are a priest of Denier, so it makes sense.
So, part of this whole thing is you have to accept your. This is really a silly word, but you have to accept your destiny.
I don't. Once again, I'm lost. I'm not sure if I understand exactly.
I don't really intend for you to understand, but you just have to sort of. You have to have faith.
I've always had faith. I don't understand.
No, I mean, you have to have faith that the Lord Denier has chosen you for a purpose, and that your destiny, whatever it ends up being, will serve his greater good. Will you accept that?
Can you go get me that mirror?
He sort of looks downtrodden for a second. He says, "Sure, but it's not going to really change much. Either you believe or you don't." He sort of like turns on his heel, and he goes out the room.
I'm gonna close the door,
You close the door.
and I'm gonna. Is there any paper in here? I assume there is.
There isn't actually any paper in the room. It's just a
Okay.
single marble slab with that sheet on it.
Okay, and what do
and
I have
board.
on me besides my clothes?
All of your material belongings that you had before, that you brought with you to Waterdeep, is still with you.
Okay.
Except your
then I
greatsword, which you left
will-
behind, I believe, right? I believe you left your greatsword.
Oh yeah, I said I was gonna buy one.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna buy one. Didn't I buy one? Or
Nope.
did I buy one later? I don't know. Okay.
You have not yet
That
bought
being
one.
said, okay. Well, I have ink.
You do.
I'm gonna grab the ink, and
Okay.
I'm gonna start writing out what I tried to write. Once again, I forgot. I don't have this sheet. I forgot to ask you, but the about the great stories everyone writes to Denier on the sheet itself.
Okay. Fantastic. So you sort of begin penning your tale, and I'll be more than happy to give you a journal entry for your own, or for everyone else.
Well, okay.
That either you can or don't have to. Let's call it Ferros.
No, sorry, that's my weird in chat. Not sure what that was about.
I'll give you Ferros' journal entry right now. It'll be
It's in the bio. It's at the bottom of the bio in the
Okay.
old sheet.
okay. Yeah. If you want to make it a separate journal entry, we can do that, or you can just.
It wasn't a journal entry. It was a special thing he had in the old sheet.
Mm-hmm.
That was what the prayer to Denier was.
Jeez. I gotta find it then.
I lost access to the sheet, man. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
get
cool.
it.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll find it and bring it back in a second.
I mean, if you give me access to the sheet real quick, I can get it.
I
The
can
old sheet.
find it. Hold on. Let me just go grab it from
Okay.
Tomb. We'll bring in the old.
I think
photo.
it's at the end of Allies and Organization, or it's in additional feature. Man, I don't know. I'm pretty
Hold
sure
on.
it's
Hold on. Hold on. Let me just find.
somewhere in there. It's all the way at the end of one of them.
I gotta find your old character. So many handouts.
You can search. There's an option for searching at the top.
Yeah. Sorry. You tell me now.
I asked you last week too, Matt. Come
No,
on.
you didn't, but that's okay. I got you. Let me find it.
Well, while we're waiting, welcome back, Sarah.
Yes, welcome
Hi,
back,
I'm
Sarah.
back.
Give me a second. I will find it. A lot of handouts here.
It's not in the handout,
It's
Like I
in the
said,
characters, yeah. Let me just
right?
find
And it's in the bio.
Yeah, I have to transmogrify it and bring it over here.
Okay. I mean, you can just copy it.
Oh, you know what?
It's only a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
You can just
I've got
copy
you.
paste it.
Yeah, let me just find it here.
And you can just put it in my sheet. I'll know it then.
Okay. Ferros. There's Ferros. I can bring it right over here like that. And then I can go into Ferros' sheet, like so. And I can go into his bio, and I found it. Holy crap.
Perfect.
Okay.
paste.
I will copy and I will paste it into a new document.
I just want it in my bio if you can put it there.
Oh,
just
you want to put it in
control V.
your bio? Done.
Yeah, just put it because then I have it.
Done. Debbie do done. 1 second. In your.
I don't care where you put it.
I'll
Anywhere
put
is
it
fine.
into your additional features and traits.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, so I'll write on the sheet exactly these words as I can, if I can.
Go ahead.
Denier, I call upon you for the foresight you offer. Your writings magnificent. I wish you guide my literature its own journey, to allow fortunate readings and fortunate tales to the future sought upon. We all write our own stories, we all desire our own legacy. Your scripture beguiles, and I shall follow. What are the tales of the future and guidance to find?
Okay. So, in times past, when you've written this prayer, the only times that you've actually been able to commune with Denier have been through dreams. But it comes as quite a shock to you that when you start writing in your ink, the ink turns from black to, after you finish and say these words, they sort of glimmer a little bit, and then they sort of almost shine, and they sort of make this sort of weird humming noise. And your hands sort of take on this weird golden glow. And as soon as you look down at your hands and you look at the book, you hear from behind you the door open. And there is Father Peckakin, and he has the mirror in his hand. And he's just staring at you.
I don't turn around.
I brought the mirror. He sort of steps slowly
Does
behind
anything
you.
move on me?
Nope. Your hands are still glowing.
I'm ignoring him completely. I'm gonna put pen over the sheet again. Continue it.
Okay.
My hands are glowing, so.
Yeah, he comes up next to you and he sort of has this mirror. And he's looking at your hands, and he's looking at your face, and he's looking at your hands, and he's looking down at the book, which is, your writing is literally glowing off the page.
I'm sorry. I didn't have a book. I was writing on a sheet.
Yeah, on the page. On the page of paper
On
that
the
you've written.
No, the sheets. I didn't have a book. I thought I was writing the sheets of the bed.
I'm sorry.
I didn't have a book. I don't have a book to write on.
Okay, so you writ on the actual sheet.
Yes. I had nothing else to write on.
No. I thought you were using a piece of paper, but that's really cool, actually. I like that. So you wrote on the sheet. Okay, so the sheet is glowing. It's sort of illuminated by this glowing golden ink.
I'm gonna put my hand over it and see if it moves on its own.
Okay. It doesn't move on its own, but your hand with this sort of glowing aura around it lights the sheet up from on top, and it sort of has this weird sort of aurora effect. And Father Peckakin is standing next to you, and he just has this mirror, and he's just offering it to you.
I'm completely ignoring it.
Okay.
I put the pen right on the sheet. I let the pen go. See what happens.
Okay. You let the pen go, and the pen continues to move on the sheet. And it starts to write on the sheet in large, flowing, sort of script-like letters. And it writes out one word. It writes out your name.
I continue watching.
It doesn't move after it has written your name.
What? What? What are you trying to tell me? I'll just write that out. What are you trying to tell me?
Okay.
Now put the pen right back down.
You put the pen back down, and again, the same sort of flowing letters, and it says, believe.
I look over at him finally. Uh, uh, I,
He looks at you, and he's wordlessly just holding this mirror.
the mirror itself, is it focused on my direction?
It's not yet, no.
I just turn it in his hand, but don't take it.
Okay. You turn it
Look.
towards looking at yourself.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, Ferros, that as you look at yourself in this mirror, you don't look especially different, except for the fact that your hair has gone completely stark white. You look almost the exact same. Your face is maybe a little bit more gaunt, but you still have the same sort of black eyes, same horns. But now your hair is white.
What do I do now? Is the next question I'll write on the sheet. Just the next thing is quickly written.
First thing I'm going to do is just remove your old Ferros token. Um,
Yeah, just write, what do I do now?
what do you do now?
And then I let the pen go.
The pen just drops on the sheet.
Are my hands still glowing?
Your hands are still glowing, yes.
What is this? As I turn to him, the priest.
He says, as I told you already, it's the gift from the god Denier. You've you've been made one of his chosen. It's a great honor and a great duty. Do you accept your duty and honor as one of his chosen, Ferros Dechanka?
I'll just grab the amulet, my left
Okay.
hand.
Okay.
I just hold it in my hands. I see no reason against it, as I say in a joyful tone.
Okay. He says, I guess it's as good as an acceptance as any. And then he takes from inside his cassock a small golden key, and he walks over to the wardrobe. And
As
wordlessly,
he's doing that,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
while he's doing it, Denier, he says, well, Denier knows the acceptance is true.
He sort of mumbles
If he
something
wills
to
it.
himself. And he opens the wardrobe. And he opens the doors of the wardrobe, and inside the doors of this wardrobe are hanging three things. Before you were able to sort of smell, right, the magic coming off of one of these items, and it now wafts like a wave of wonderful, delicious smelling flowers as he opens this door. And you realize that this magical sense is actually wafting from an item that is hanging on a hook in the back of the wardrobe, and it is a set of armor. That's beautifully
That's
made.
good. Discord message.
It's actually sort of like more sort of like shoulder armor, and it's got like a cloak behind it.
Okay. Never mind. No Discord message.
Okay. It looks like armor because the shoulders are riveted and stuff like that. But yeah, it's mostly like a cloak.
And what are the other 2 things? You said there are 3 things?
Yep. The other 2 things, one is a sword, a beautiful sort of long sword. And atop that sword there is a shield. Both of them are inscribed with the symbol of Denir. The shield, most especially, has the symbol of Denir very much present.
All right. I will wait for the priest to present them rather than walk up to him.
He almost immediately pulls all of these items one by one and hands them to you. Unceremoniously, he just sort of gives them to you, almost like he's handing out, like, military supplies. He's just like, here you
I
go.
take the sword and shield, but as I take this other thing, what is this?
Oh, this is it's a gift. It's actually really interesting. It's you put it like around your shoulder, and he like comes around back of you, and he's like, you just put it around your shoulders. You can like fit it on top of your armor like this, or like over your jacket, like that. And he sort of like puts it on top of your jacket.
I try to get it a little bit under the jacket if I can.
Okay, it really is more sort of on top of it. It's like fits like a sort of like a semi cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cape is visible. I try to hide the shoulder armor if that was a bit.
Sure.
If possible.
Okay. Let me give you what you have. You have received a.
Don't tell him. Nah, don't tell him.
Okay, I won't. Okay, I won't tell you that.
Yeah. If it's what I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, it's got a cool little clasp in the front that has a little like Denir symbol.
Okay.
That's it. He goes, oh, those are for you. Oh, great and powerful chosen of Denir.
You don't need to talk to me like that though.
Go forth.
Just call me Ferros.
Go forth and defeat your enemies with aplomb. And find your true destiny.
You're okay. You don't need to do that. Thank you though for all your help.
It was nothing, sir.
Don't call me sir. Just call me Ferros. It's fine. You are
very
as a
good.
priest, another person to me. It's fine.
No, excellent, sir. Have a
No.
yes. Enjoy the gifts that the great god Denir has given to you, and fulfill your destiny as the great god Denir wills.
I put my hand on his shoulder. You are a great, helper, and just because something else has happened, you shouldn't dislike yourself. Don't look down at yourself because of that. I'm not above you. You're not above me. Just don't call me sir, please.
He just sort of nods.
Right. Anyways, what do you think we should do? Now that I'm this.
I think you should take your destiny into your own hands, as the great god Denir wills. He will give you the signs that will present you with your path towards your destiny.
Is he looking away?
He's constantly looking away. He's just like not getting your eyes at all.
If I could take a guess what he's feeling, I mean,
you don't need to guess. You can make an insight check if you want.
Yeah. Oh, cool! An error.
Oh.
Let me try that again. Oh, another error.
What's going on?
Let me just roll a wisdom check. I'll figure that out later.
I haven't seen any of this stuff.
Are you kidding? My wisdom checks are bugged. Okay.
Oh, I know why. Wait. I know why.
It's okay.
I know why this is happening. It's because there are 2 Ferros Dechanka.
Oh.
Now. Try now.
It was a nat 20 regardless.
Boom!
I'll put insight check there.
There you go. Okay, so that's fine. I'll keep the first roll, but yeah, I understand why that choice. He is absolutely awestruck, nervous, and doesn't really know how to talk to someone of such immense, holy, and/or divine
All right. Let me a little secret here. All right. You and me. Look at me in the eyes, real quick. Just look at.
He gets your gaze for about half a
Doesn't
second.
matter what different. It doesn't matter. Just look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna grab his face to stare at him.
Okay, make an
You're fine.
intimidation check.
Oh, shit.
Okay, he doesn't move from his spot.
I'm gonna grab his head and turn it towards me.
Okay, he's looking at you. He's not moving.
Just because something different has happened to me or you doesn't change our level. Just because you think I'm holy or something, it's fine. You can think that. I'm Daenerys' champion. You're his priest. You've helped his champion. Don't think of yourself as some lowly priest. You've aided in this. And once again, don't call me anything above you. You helped me here. Remember that. And I'm gonna grab him by the back as like a pal kind of thing, and just gonna open the door. Let's get out of this crypt, shall we?
Okay, great. And he starts smiling like really broadly.
And we'll start walking out of the crypt if he shows me the way.
Okay, yeah, he shows you the way out of the crypt. Do you want to go all the way up and out, or do you want to?
I mean, I'll look around while I'm going up, sure.
I mean, it is the same space as you were before as you walk up the staircase up to the main hallway of the Temple of Denier. You recognize it pretty easily.
Okay. And I'll go up there. There's like a table and some chairs, maybe.
Totally. They're
All right.
all over the place.
I'm gonna grab some parchment if possible. I assume they have some in the Temple in here.
Oh yeah, it is the Temple of Denier. Yep. So they do have.
Thank you for your help. I'm gonna be busy for a bit if that's all right.
He's like grinning broadly, almost sort of madly in a way, and just saying, "No, it was my pleasure. I mean, I couldn't
No,
have."
thank you.
Okay.
I'll pat him on the back, and then I'll walk over to the table and grab some parchment.
Okay. You get the sense, and I'm going to give you this one from the same insight roll, that this kid, if you can call him a kid, because he really just looks amazingly young.
Okay.
He's fanboying so hard, like crazy fanboying over this for some reason.
That's all right. I'll go to the table and start writing something.
Okay. On a technical note, I think that we've lost Alex.
Okay.
He's come back, but he's had some.
No, I'm here. I've had to drop. Drop video because I'm having a bandwidth issue.
Gotcha. That makes total sense. So what I'm going to do really quickly then is I'm going to move everybody's video because there's a little bit of a weirdness going on, and then we'll continue to go. Right. Sorry, give me 1 second. Strangeness. Apologies for the technicals. Where are you? There we go. Boom. Fix Drakon's great face so I don't just see half his face. That's very strange. And then I will remove. Uh-oh. 1 second. Uh-oh. I did something silly. Give me 1 second here, guys.
Tech issues.
Tech issues. It's no problem.
Yeah, I'm here. You guys are all just red.
It's fine. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so then let me just transition back and fix. There we go. Now everybody looks so pretty. So we can still hear Alex, but we won't be able to see him until the bandwidth issues are fixed. But that's okay, because we're just going to soldier on here, folks. I'm assuming, go ahead and assume first that you're no longer going to stay in the Temple of Denier.
I mean, I'm writing.
You're writing on this piece of parchment?
Yeah.
What are you writing?
Journal entry.
Okay. I'm assuming that this journal entry is privy to you and that you'll probably go ahead and keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So the morning dawns over Waterdeep. And And for everyone else, it has been a relatively restful night. It's water-deep ambiance. The city sort of erupts into activity as it does every morning. Let's start with Zeke. Zeke, you turn over in your sheets, and there is a gentleman there.
Ah, yes. That, you. Hi.
He's still sleeping.
Excellent. I very carefully climb out of the bed over him.
Okay.
Gather. Yes?
Yeah, I was gonna say make a stealth check.
Oh, I can definitely do that.
Okay.
Oh!
So on your way out of the sheets, you sort of like give him a slight, like, little kick with your foot, and then he's just like, yeah, oh, hi, good morning.
Good morning! So, thanks for the place to crash. I really appreciate it. You're a very nice person.
Oh, thanks. I didn't really understand what you meant by like a place to crash, and then when I came upstairs after my set was done,
I had crashed.
you had in fact crashed.
Yes, I had.
And then I was like, well, do I want to sleep on the floor, or do I think that maybe if I just like
Yeah.
I guess that's
I can totally understand where that misconception might have come from, and like maybe that was just me being bad with my words. So
right.
yeah, thanks for the place to crash. I appreciate it, and one of these days I want to listen to you play the lute.
Cool. Okay.
Great.
What are you doing here? Like, are you just like I haven't seen you around at the Yawning Portal, and
Oh, I've been here a couple of times, usually with my uncle. Big guy, beardy, kind of large, mildly intimidating. Maybe.
Archibald?
Yeah, that's him.
His eyes grow really wide for a second as he realizes who Archibald is, and then he's like, "Holy shit!" Okay. He's not gonna come and kill me, is he? Like, I'm really sorry for like, no, I'm really, 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 no, no, no. I mean, like,
Oh no, honey, don't worry. He doesn't get his hands dirty. I'm the one who does the killing, and I told you I think you're really nice.
you're the
So
one who
we
does
cool? Well, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. It's a thing. It's a job. You play guitars or flutes, and I occasionally blow shit up. It's just, girls got to earn a living.
Hey, okay, right on. Sure.
Oh, hey, you're here a lot, right?
Almost every night.
Awesome. So have you noticed anybody like checking out the hole? Like maybe like thinking about, I don't know, going in?
Like recently?
Yeah, like someone who looks like they might actually survive it?
Well, there were a couple people like in the last day or so.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd they look like?
One was this really like tall, what do they call us? The dragon guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
He had like bronzy scales, and he was covered in like all kinds of really cool scars. You could tell those guys are the ones who usually like don't run screaming back because they have experience in that regard.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome. So big bronzy dragonborn with scars. Got it.
Yep. That guy
Anybody
was.
else?
Um. I mean, I don't know if they do this anymore, but like sometimes, the City Watch sometimes like challenges. They have like these marathon runs where they challenge for charity, where they go down and try to defeat as many monsters as they can, and then they come back. There was this
Weird.
really cool looking City Watch guy. He was really kitted out. Like he came in.
The one with the hat?
Yeah, that guy, the guy with the hat.
I
He
saw
was
the guy
there
with the
last
hat.
night.
Okay.
He was there last night.
Yeah.
And he looked like he could really, mess some shit up.
He definitely did. Yeah, for sure. Anybody else?
I don't think so. Not that I remember,
Cool.
anyway.
So, City Watch guy with the hat and
Yep.
big bronzy dragonborn.
Yeah.
Awesome. You
Yep.
have been so helpful for me. Thank you.
Sure. Hey.
So, like, see you around. And I just grab my shit and get out.
And he just like watches you leave, and he's just about to say something, and then the door shuts in his face.
Accurate. I make my way down into the portal.
Okay.
Well, not the actual portal, into the bar, rather.
I was gonna say, I'm like, well, that was fast. Qrevialur, you wake up, and it is the day.
Great.
It is the day of reckoning. What do you do?
He's probably just gonna get a bit of his gear,
Okay.
his signature sword.
Okay.
Probably get his javelin too. Put them both on his belt.
Okay.
He probably has sheaths for both of them. And then he'll probably head downstairs. Stretching, probably a bit too wide, hitting walls on his way down. Just like, oh, sorry. Like still waking up.
Okay.
Maybe he trips on the last step. He goes to he sits at a table and just waits.
Sits and waits.
You can just if you look at him, when you see those people and you feel that just feeling like that dude, let's not mess with that guy. Like that dark aura that you feel from someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's emanating right now.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
Sure.
Let's see how intimidating you can be just by being yourself.
Wow.
Okay.
That is a low roll.
All things considered, 14, pretty low for you.
That's low.
Maybe it's just because you haven't
still
had your
waking up.
Yeah, right. You haven't had your coffee yet. Because everybody is less intimidating when they haven't had their coffee.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, some people are more
definitely
intimidating, like women.
Yeah. Whoa, hey. I mean,
What?
No, guilty. It's totally true.
okay, fair enough. All right, so you sit at the table and you intimidate, and it doesn't seem to work as well as you thought it would.
I mean, he's not trying to. He just.
Oh,
does.
you're like
He's that passive intimidation guy.
passive intimidation roll.
Passive. He probably has a passive intimidation pretty high.
It's pretty true. It's true. I'll give you that one. Talron, you awake in the room that you have booked. In the Cyclops Inn, as well as Laraxi, who has been up a little bit before you have when you open your eyes. You can see he's lacing on his boots. Is Laraxi right now Laraxi, or is he Fix?
If he's planning on leaving, he's still
Yeah.
Axie.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, you're finally awake.
Yeah. Oh, is he still muted? I think he is still muted. Let's unmute him, shall we?
Yeah, you had noise in your background, Talron.
Yeah, you did. You're good now. There you go.
Right.
Say it again.
Right. Heading off somewhere?
I was just getting ready to go, waiting for you to wake up.
Well, Elbauthin is likely over at the Yawning Pearl right now, though, doing God knows what. What's usually at that place, anyways?
Nothing interesting. People
What?
go down, they die, and not the best solution, really.
Come well prepared, at least.
Sure. I mean, but it doesn't matter. I don't see any reason to go down there.
Well, I mean, it's probably worth visiting the inn at least. Or at
Like I
least-
said, it's nothing interesting. People parade, people going down there, and then they never come back up. You're not gonna find much. And honestly, Talron, knowing you, you might drink yourself down the portal.
Excuse me?
You heard
I
me.
have no idea what you're talking about.
I won't get over the fact that you got blackout drunk a while ago.
I have my reasons.
What I'm saying is, you're relatively new to the area, and you may indulge yourself too much in things that you shouldn't indulge yourself into. Going there is not really reasonable, not really expected. I mean, what else? What reason do you have to go there?
Well,
There are other parts of the city. There's not just that.
it's far more suitable to my type of area than I am with general people.
Right, so we can head northward. We don't have to go south. There's no reason. There's a lot
Come
more
on,
north.
just for a little bit.
No, there's no need, Talon.
You are very controlling, are you?
Right now, you're in a vulnerable state. I don't know if you've recognized that. I mean, you've been with Ferros in a while. You haven't been in a big city. You indulge yourself a little bit too much.
Well,
I think it's best.
well, I could probably use some better armor as well.
All right, we can go shopping if you want to. That's fair. Why don't we do that?
I don't really have any money on me.
That's fine. I mean, if you need something that you already have, technically, we can go get it.
What?
Nothing. It's a bit meta, so.
Yeah, it's fine. I got you. Brrr, you already have it. Brrr.
If you have it, basically what I'm saying is, if you have an inventory, we can go get it. Basically, like something that you may have gotten as
I
a
can-
starting character.
as an almighty DM, I can hand wave this and say that Talron, in your day to 2 days in Waterdeep, you received the armor that you have already in your inventory.
Oh, we already went shopping, Talron, don't you?
Oh.
We
So
did it yesterday after you got blackout drunk again.
Family Guy
Where did I-
flashback. Family Guy flashback, where he's like standing in front of the armor shop guy, and he's like, "That one." Armor's guy's like, "All right," and there you go.
Talron got drunk and went shopping on Amazon.
Your package arrived.
There is an actual Amazon who comes and delivers your armor to you, too. Like
In this
big giant, this
giant
giant woman who's just like, "Here is your
Amazon.
armor."
D&D Amazon.
Well, Talron, I think
Okay.
it's best that we head a little bit north. And okay, let me be clear. The reason I want to go north is because there are some people I know in the northern districts that I kind of want to talk to, and I don't want to leave you alone.
But I... Well, I don't... You sure?
I need to talk to someone
Why am I...
up north. Why are you coming along? You have nothing better to do.
Well, look around?
You're gonna be looking around up north.
When did you... Again, why are you so intending for me to go all the way...
I don't want you to overindulge yourself, Talron. I've been saying this.
I am completely fine.
You just slurred a little bit there. Are you sure you're fine?
I'm waking up.
Alright. Talron, simply put, I don't trust you on your own right now. If it wasn't obvious. I mean, where's Clemens?
Off somewhere in Waterdeep, opening up a breakfast club.
Loraxi's like, I think Loraxi does exactly that. Like, he's like trying to hold it together. He's like,
Oh. Do you see my point now?
Not exactly.
Well, you've had a premonition or something. And perhaps it's something that's not good.
Yeah.
If we go to someone I know, up north, in the northern part of town, I'll be able to figure something out.
it's at that point that Ferros, walking down the street, you see Talron speaking to Loraxi.
I thought we were in the inn.
No, you're outside. I thought you guys were outside. Am I wrong?
Okay. We
I
could
thought you
probably
guys had
be-
already.
we
Oh,
could
you know
probably
what?
Be talking as we leave.
I was thinking that you guys were leaving because, well, Loraxi wanted to bring Talron out. Talron wanted to go southern part of the city, and so you guys were essentially in the street talking. But that's
I don't even
again,
know where Ferros would go.
Ferros has
Out.
left the Temple of Denier, as far as I know, right?
Yeah, but I don't know where he'd go. But I guess it makes okay, cool.
Up to you.
Yeah.
You're relatively close by.
All right. Well, Talron. Just let's go north, huh?
I mean, if you're really insisting.
Okay.
Ferros,
I mean,
you see Talron and Laraxi standing in the high road along Waterdeep Way. Is there anything you want to do?
I'll straight up walk to him and just say, "Oh, good to see you here."
I slowly look over at Ferros.
You're lucky you're in public, otherwise I'd be doing something different.
I reach out a hand, trying to feel if his face is real.
You turn and you see actually that Ferros has, isn't completely changed. But what's horrifying to you is that Ferros's hair has, in fact, turned white, just like in your vision.
I don't comment on that part yet, though.
Okay.
But I still feel his face.
Okay. It's real as anything else.
I feel for a few seconds.
Oh! Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give that to you without an attack roll.
Not gonna try to dodge.
Okay. Whap! Talron just slaps Ferros right across the face. Wa-boom! Yeah.
Couldn't you have done that in private? That was Loraxi speaking.
Okay. A couple of, like, as you're walking, as they are walking by, there's like a mother standing next to her child, and as Talron whaps Ferros across the face, the mother's just like, let's go. And she just, like, brings the child a little further away from you guys. And that is the sound of the crying child.
Couldn't you have done that in private, Talron?
You guys
No,
still-
no, it's fine. I understand. Well, how's it going?
You got a lot of nerve.
What? For what?
You know what? You know exactly what you did?
I left for a few weeks. Now I
Yeah,
found you.
You left.
Yeah.
You left me without much of a goodbye or a warning or whatever, besides a stupid fancy letter that I barely understood what half of the words said. But, like, really?
Really? What? Am I missing something? It was just me saying I was gonna be gone for a few weeks or months. I'm not.
You didn't say how long exactly you were gonna be gone.
I didn't know how long I'd be gone.
Well, what the fuck? I'm just.
Lorax is holding him back. Lorax is holding him back.
Okay. It's
No,
at
no,
that it's at that point that two city guardsmen, one rather tall and the other one sort of short with no neck, walk over to the two of you. And the tall one says, is there a problem here?
Yeah, this is between me and my boyfriend here. Stay out of it.
No, just
I'm sorry, excuse me, sir.
no. It's fine, thank you. Talron, let's bring this somewhere else, shall we? There-
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that, sure.
Okay, well, we're gonna let you go this time, but public displays of violence are not exactly what we would consider to be well within the laws of Waterdeep. So you just keep it. You just keep yourself handled. Okay?
Terribly sorry for what transgressed here. We won't have it happen again. Thank you.
The guy with no neck sort of like just chimes in. He's like, "Yeah."
Ferros just stares at them. He doesn't even say anything.
Okay. So, Laraxi, Talron, and Ferros, where it is that you would like to go now that you have had your little reunion?
Well, jeez, that was weird. Well, I see we best. Oh my gosh, I see we best. If we're gonna reunite, we're right next to a tavern.
The awning portal?
No, Talron. No, the the Cyclops. Yeah,
What?
right next to us.
That place is boring.
Fair enough. I mean, it really is.
You want to walk all the way to the awning portal while
Yeah.
you're still angry at Ferros for breaking up. For breaking up with you. I didn't do that. Stop.
You're talking to yourself? This is awesome. Are you actually talking between the two? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to give you inspiration for that one. You get inspiration for having two characters talk to each other at the exact same time.
We're gonna walk into this. You two are gonna settle your dispute so you don't fight each other along the way. And then we can. Are you just gonna keep? Just shut up. You two walk in here, okay? Fine. Jeez.
I'll slap him one more time.
Okay.
No.
That-
And
actually hold him back.
then, as I do that, I grab his face again. I give him a kiss.
All right.
There we go.
Shut up!
All right. In the Cyclops before we get
Someone in the
ourselves
background.
arrested. Before we
Awesome.
before we see ourselves get arrested, let's head into the Cyclops Inn. Hmm?
So, yawning portal.
It's right here. Loraxi opens the door and just is trying to push Talron in.
Loraxi, it's
No.
at that time that you get, shall we say, a message in your head.
Okay, let's stop for a second. While I'm pushing Talron.
You're pushing
No.
Talron in and immediately
No.
stop. Loraxi just sort of stops halfway, as if he hears something or feels something strange. And it is a very brief but important message. You can tell by the tenor of it and by the voice that you recognize. And it is a woman's voice. Again, a woman's voice that you recognize. And the woman's voice says,
Loraxi. Or Fix. Whichever. It's Subina. I expect that you're with my son right now.
That's
Thank-
correct. He's alive.
This is
so this is a message, right? So this is 25. This
Oh,
is
okay.
25, so she's not quite done.
Okay.
She's got another 10 words left.
drop what you're doing. Leave Ferros. And come to 10.
And that's it. That's all she
Good
said.
thing Loraxi has sending, so he's gonna send a message. Continue that. You can reply.
Okay. She
Cut off
replies
at
10. She says,
Towns. There is.
10. He's just gonna burn his spell slots, man. Don't worry about counting it.
Sure. There is something that is quite important for you and I to discuss. That does not include Ferros and must never include him. You
Oh, so I don't
yourself
owe you anymore.
must come alone. We will discuss the terms of our agreement then.
Jeez. Well, as long as I don't have to keep watch over him. You
No,
okay with that?
you will not.
Perfect.
Get here as soon as possible.
Never mind. You two can fight out all you want. Enjoy your time. I'm out. Loraxi's walking north.
just completely pieces out.
What an interesting fellow.
That was a bit strange.
Indeed.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, I'm wondering who the hell gave you that weird hair dye.
Oh, it was a godly gift.
Oh, a godly gift.
That's right.
Is that what you call it?
I can give you one too.
What? Kraw?
Sorry,
Do I take away the inspiration point now? Like, is that the way it works? I take away
What?
the inspiration. Like, I can give, I can also take it away. So I think I should just take. Yeah. No,
You give
Are
it
you
and
gonna
take
take
it.
it?
I'm just gonna take it away because like you had it, and then you lost.
Should I knock the camera around?
Okay, continue, please.
So,
It's hard for me to say with a straight face. Anyways, well,
so to the portal? Yawning place or wherever it is?
any reason you need to go there? I mean, I don't see any reason why not.
Sightseeing?
Okay.
Besides, I also Elbauthin is there as well.
Oh, wait, the murderer?
I mean, apparently he's a captain or something like that.
Snap
Oh,
cut.
Captain Murderer.
Snap cut. After he says Captain Murderer. Snap cut to Elbauthin, who is now sitting at a table in the yawning portal. Next to Elbauthin, there is a rather rotund gentleman who is wearing a very sort of florid dress.
1 second, 1 second. I've had this guy's knocking to give me a router. Give me a second.
Oh my God! Look at that! Look at the dedication. He's like, I am going to get a delivery of a router to my hotel room. Look at that guy. He's like, look at that. That's just key. Okay, so we'll flip off of Elbauthin, who is in the middle of getting a router, and we'll flip to.
I have something if you want to do that quick.
What's that?
Yeah.
For walking,
Oh, go ahead.
if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna give you a couple minutes. Back to Talron
So
and
what?
Ferros.
You thought I was gonna? You thought I broke up with you?
Oh, that's what the others like made it out to be.
Oh, they're wrong. That letter was just saying I was gonna be gone for a bit. Nothing more.
Again, you have way more intellect in these writing skills of yours.
Talron, make an insight check to determine if Ferros is gaslighting. Okay. Yeah, you don't know any difference.
I mean, out of game. You want me to check that, Matt?
No. An insight check of 11. I mean, I'm assuming is that a deception check or?
No, it wouldn't be a deception check.
There you go.
Spoilers.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Of course not. So I think with an 11 insight, it really wouldn't matter. If it was like 15, then I would
Okay.
probably you'd make an opposing roll. But I think it's okay. You don't know the difference. So
No,
yeah.
no, I intended to come back. I didn't know how long it'd take though. That was my issue.
Where
That's why I
have
didn't really want to tell you, because if I thought I was gonna be gone for more than 5 months,
Where
you
have
would-
you been?
well, I went to Candlekeep, and then they're like, "No, you're not let back in." I'm like, "All right, that's cool."
Alright,
And then I went to
Candlekeep.
Baldur's Gate for the nearest temple, and that one was burned down. So the
Wait,
priest,
Baldur's Gate.
yeah, the city right next to Candlekeep, the one we. Oh, you didn't go. Did you go through it? No, you weren't there.
I've never been to either of those places.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not interesting. It's a really small town that's boring, and the temples are burned down, and people die all the time. So it's
Wh-
fine. I had a
wait,
funeral
people-
there once, and
wait,
then
so people-
next month, I don't have good memories. Let's just say that much.
Wait, so people burn down temples all the time?
Probably. I haven't been there too much myself. Then we went to, he told me to go to Waterdeep for a temple, so I went there. And then this priest, he was like, why don't you cut your hand and see your heritage? I'm like, okay, that seems reasonable. And so I cut my hand, and I saw an archdevil, and she talked to me, and it was weird, and there were weird things happened, and now I feel weird.
Did
And
she
then,
violate you?
no, I told her I had a boyfriend. Why would? What?
Yeah.
Like I said, we didn't break up. I told her I was in a relationship.
Well,
And then-
that's
Oh,
All right, I have a router.
Excellent. Very happy about that, Alex.
Well, again, you
So
didn't make it
could
clear.
someone tell me where the link to the Zoom thing is? Because
Yeah,
I've
sure.
searched all the channels.
It's in our little 6-person chat. So if you go to our 6-person direct chat, or yeah, it's in here. Or I can just copy it into direct message to you. There you go. Are you getting that in the Discord there, Alex?
Yeah, I got it. I'm jumping in
Super.
right now.
And when you do, everything will
All
change.
right, so where were we? Captain Murderer? Someone's gonna get arrested today.
Oh my
It's gonna be
god.
great.
I have to change everything all over again. Ah, this is killing me. All right, hold on one second, guys. I apologize because everybody's
Right
now...
near the end, too.
It's fine. It's totally cool. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen like it's supposed to happen. So there's Elbauthin. And let me get Qrevialur to move.
All right.
There we go. And then we're going to add one more now for Ferros. And coming in hot, here comes Ferros. So Elbauthin, now that you have a router, yay,
Yay.
we're happy about this. Okay, cool. And now let's transition. Whammo, the magic is back. Hooray. Elbauthin, you find yourself in the middle of the morning now, having waited and successfully met with now one Mert, also known as Mert the Moneylender. You know him because as soon as he enters this establishment, everyone in the entire Yawning Portal says, Mert! Yes, I made that reference. I hope you're happy now. And he wanders in, and he orders a bar. He orders a beer from the bar, and of course, he slides it on down. He grabs it in his hand. He downs it, takes his hat, makes a graceful bow, and says, "Hey, everyone! I'm so glad to be back here in my favorite establishment in all of Waterdeep, the Yawning Portal." And he does, and everyone's just like, "Hey." Half of them still haven't had their morning breakfast or coffee, but Mert seems to be absolutely enthusiastic. And then his eyes focus on you, Elbauthin. He says, "Let me guess. You're Elbauthin Petlen."
That would be me, sir.
"Oh, you don't need to call me sir. My dad is sir, and he's dead. Really, really dead. Anyway, I hear I owe you something for your service to our great nation and to our city."
Yeah, that was that. There was that, and also I was sent to speak to you concerning another matter.
"Oh, what is that matter?"
I suppose we can have that conversation in private.
All right. Well, it's I guess over there. And he points, and there's a section of the bar that has like a little sort of like a cordoned off area with like a curtain in front of it. There's a table with like a booth.
Okay, we'll head over there, and I'm gonna roll an active perception there to make sure that we're not being
for it.
followed or.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. And I get advantage on these, just so you know.
Yes, I know you do.
Okay, so we head on over to the table. And I'm like, Mert, so there's an issue apparently with Laurel Silverhand and a situation regarding her ability to cast.
Oh, really? What do you mean, her ability to cast? Is that like some kind of like code for something? What are you trying to say?
Well, Matt, wasn't it her ability to cast spells?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so
that's
you're
what I'm referencing.
So Lair... Wait a minute. You're trying to tell me Lairell Silverhand can't cast any spells?
Something to that effect. I am supposed to meet this guy, right, Matt?
You are indeed supposed to meet him. In fact, let me show you what he looks like. I will show you the handout for Mert the Moneylender. Here he is, folks. There's Mert. There's Mert the Moneylender. Hero of the realm.
Mert.
Mert. Mert, 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 Mert. Oh, and by the way, you wanted to see what Matrim 3 strings look like. Let me show... Actually, I'll show everybody, but here. I've actually pretty good. There's Matrim 3 strings.
Nice.
The Bard. Okay. Mert looks at you with a little bit of concern here, Elbauthin, and he says, "Well, this is certainly a concerning topic. Are you suggesting that you are in some position to remedy this problem?"
I believe I've been tasked with remedying it altogether, Mert.
How do you intend to do that?
Well, I thought I was here to gather that information.
Oh, you mean from me?
And also collect the weapon.
Oh,
That's
well,
right.
well, that was what I intended to give you as soon as I was introduced to you. That's no problem at all. And you see that by his side there is this beautiful rapier with a sort of hilt on it. It's like studded with gems. For such a large man, it seems that he would be sort of poor disposed to wear such a wonderful weapon, seeing as he probably doesn't possess the agility with which he should be able to use it. But hey, I think that may be your gift. So he sort of says, "Well, I guess then, since Commander Silvermane says you deserve this, I guess I just have to fork it over. Now, I'm letting you know, this is a special blade. It's called a luck blade. But it doesn't have any more those wishy spells in it. I've used them all up. Still a really great sword, though."
And thank you, sir. I'll put it to. I mean, Mert. I'll put it to good use if I can figure out what I'm tasked with doing to relieve Silverhand of her problem.
I'm going to give you the luck blade handout here. Let's... So you should see that now as a handout just for you. So you should be able to see it. And he says, "Listen, I don't know very much about what's going on, but if you say this problem, the solution of which lies down in Undermountain, it just so happens that I've been down there myself. Long, long ago. Like, we're talking like 20 years ago or so. Went down there with my good buddy, and he points over his shoulder, Durnan. He and I made a killing. How do you think I got to where I am?"
Okay. So tell me, what is down there, Mert?
And at which point he gives you, as he has done before with Durnan, gives you another secret. One secret which you can now choose to reveal to the party, or you can choose to not. You now have 2 secrets.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Super duper. It's at that point, since you're having such a fantastic perception, that you see across the way that Ferros and Talron have entered the yawning portal.
We
I sigh very longly.
I immediately look around in awe. Just like this place is huge, right?
It's rather large. It's not the biggest tavern ever, but I mean,
But-
it's pretty big. It's got several levels. It's got a humongous well in the middle of the floor.
Way more lively than the other place.
Definitely more lively.
Holy shit! Why was I not sent here in the first place? Holy. How? What? Ferros, you seeing what I'm seeing?
I'm saying it.
Holy shit! I'm like looking around. Do I see any familiar faces here while I'm at?
Make a perception check.
I think I should be good at those. At least I hope I'm good at those. Alright, perception.
You do not see anyone that you recognize.
I'm too much
In
distracted
awe.
by-
You're in awe of this massive, not really, bar.
Do I see anyone?
Make a perception check.
Jeez.
You do not. You are also entranced by this fantastic tavern and all of its residents.
I'm looking at Talron. Let's be honest. Here.
Okay, I'll be honest. Yes, you're just transfixed by his gaze.
I look around for a moment. I think I'll start proceeding to the barkeep.
Yep. You're relatively close by to the bar. Yep.
Oh.
There's a couple people at the bar of note. Well, not really of note. Everybody's of note. There are a few residents here, mostly humans. There's a couple of them, normal cloaks or hoods on. There's a rather large dragonborn who's just sitting at the next table, looking kind of glum.
Do I see that?
Yeah, I would say so.
Does it look familiar?
Does he look familiar? Make a history
Anyway.
check. Make a history check.
Okay. I'm really good at those.
He does not
Are
look
you?
familiar to you.
That is a good point, though. Are there, besides Zeke, are there any other tieflings?
There is,
Did
in
she stick
fact,
out?
another tiefling.
Okay.
She is sitting at the bar.
Besides Zeke, I'm saying. So, like, if I look around,
Oh,
Is there
is there any other tiefling at the bar that you're aware of?
anywhere.
No, there
right
isn't.
now.
It's just you
Okay.
and Zeke. You were the
Okay.
only two tieflings in the bar.
Pardon me, sir. Speaking of the bar guy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm relatively new here. I'm not really sure where to begin here. What kind of stuff do you? Sorry, it's rather embarrassing for me.
Drinks and food, Talron.
Yes. What kind of stuff does this place serve around here? Like-
We serve ale. We serve food. We serve water. We serve spirits.
Water spirits.
Am I close enough to overhear this conversation?
Yes, I would say so.
Spirits like
I'm just
Fine.
going to toss out the cheese fries are awesome.
He turns over in your direction, Durnan, and he says, "We don't serve the cheese fries till after 11 in the morning.
Oh, you are killing me, Durnan.
Listen, we
Killing
have
me.
specific meals. We serve breakfast till 11, and
Wait,
then
so
we
what
stop
is-
serving breakfast at 11, and then after 11, we serve the cheese fries. It is not a breakfast food. I do
what-
not serve it until
Wait.
after 11.
Yes,
Wait,
it is, but
What
fine.
exactly are cheese fries?
he doesn't serve them right now, Talron. So don't worry about it.
But-
What kind of breakfast do you serve for my friend here?
Eggs,
That-
ham, bacon, whatever you want.
I think you'd like ham or bacon, Talron. Seems reasonable for you.
I mean, I guess I'll take the bacon, sure.
I'll just take a little bit of ham and some water.
Order of ham, order of bacon, water. Done deal." And he turns and he
What
sort
do
of
you want to drink, Talron?
goes into the kitchen. Through a
Yeah.
door.
All right, too late now.
Oh.
You'll just have to drink my water. It's fine.
I look over towards the Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know her name, but
Obviously.
She's sitting at a nearby table, alone.
Hey, what exactly are cheese fries?
Cheese fries? Do you seriously?
All right, Talron, that's enough talking. Let's head back to the other table. Come on.
I see Ferros, and I was like, "Hey, cousin, what's up?"
Fuck off.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Wait,
Zeke
what?
makes a fist, considers doing something nasty, decide I would rather have more coffee instead.
Why the hostility? Ferros?
Tieflings in Waterdeep? I don't think so.
But you're a tiefling in Waterdeep.
Qrevialur, just so you
Not from
know,
what?
your table is situated directly between Zeke's table and Ferros and Talron's table. So you're right in the middle of both of these jokesters.
He has absolutely not a shit to give. He is already tired of it.
Oh, hey, we have another reptile here.
You could see him, just
Perfect.
like,
Let's sit
if
down
I-
next to him and be quiet.
No.
I don't know. I mean, he's a rather big guy. A little rough around
Perfect.
the edge.
Let's sit down and be quiet.
You sure?
All right, Talron,
What?
you're done talking for now.
What?
Shh, shh, shh. Quiet. Shut.
But
Sit down
Mm.
and be quiet. I'm going to use suggestion on him.
Okay,
Oh.
go for it. I think that's a DC. Your spell DC is 14, correct?
Let me check the spell DC for this spell because it's different, actually.
Suggestion. Was that
It's
charisma saving?
normally 15, but this is a different spell.
Okay.
It's wisdom save normally.
Wisdom saving. That's right. Wisdom saving.
Oh man, here it is. Charisma spellcasting ability. Okay, so that's the same.
Okay, suggestion. Wisdom saving throw, sir. Go for it.
DC 15.
Oh, me?
PvP.
Already.
Whoa! Way to
Jeez.
start. Way to start. So he puts the suggestion on, and Talron, you feel like Ferros is attempting his best to insinuate something and maybe even intimidate you magically. But you shake it off.
No way.
Did
to
I
sound
just
bitch.
see him attempt to cast a spell inside of a bar in Waterdeep?
Jesus, here we go.
I'm not trying to hide it.
I would say from your distance, yeah, I'd say you saw it. Mert looks in your direction because he doesn't see it because his back is turned to all this. He's like, is there something happening, Captain, that I should be not in the way of?
No, probably nothing. Mert, can you excuse me for a second?
Certainly. And he just like stands
All right.
up as you go out.
Maybe it didn't work, Talron, but I need you to sit down and be quiet for a second, alright?
Where are you heading, Elbauthin?
So, I'm just gonna step outside. I'm gonna pull out my horn. I'm gonna blow on it.
You're stepping outside of the bar or you're
So-
stepping outside of the area?
The bar.
You're stepping outside of the bar. Done deal.
I'm gonna step outside of the bar. I'm gonna use the horn to call more watchmen.
Jesus.
This is gonna be fun.
This is great.
What is happening?
Okay, Ferros and Talron, you watch Elbauthin walk straight past you to the front door of the yawning portal, and like everyone watches you just walk right past the entire bar, like watches you walk soundlessly out the door, and then all you guys hear is
I immediately say, "Well, shit.
That's fine. I'm sitting down.
What was that?
City
He's
Watch, motherfucker.
That's
Wait.
fine.
City Watch?
City Watch, yeah, like cops for when you do stupid shit like try to cast a spell on your boyfriend in the middle of a bar.
Wait, where are cops?
Oh God.
Just sit down, Talron. Jeez.
Qrevialur.
Yeah.
They're gonna come in.
Make a.
They're gonna. Sorry.
That's fine, Qrevialur. I'd like you to make a perception check since you.
Are they
They're
sitting
gonna-
at my table?
They are not sitting at your table. They are sitting,
Okay.
as I said, Zeke is sitting alone at a table just
Okay,
north of
good.
you, and Ferros and Talron are sitting right below you.
Just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
So
Not a
Elbauthin's
public
gonna
table.
come in
Sure.
with some city watchmen. He's
Okay.
gonna try to be intimidating. He's gonna act like, oh, you're not supposed to do this, and then he's gonna do nothing, and then we're done.
Qrevialur, you notice that there is a figure approaching your table. This figure is tall. Taller than you expected this person to be. Maybe anywhere between 6 to 7 feet tall. And he walks slowly towards your table, taking long strides. This figure's face is shrouded in a long brown cloak, and the hood of which is over its face, just below the bridge of the nose. And he stands next to your table, and in a almost unnaturally deep voice says,
Is this seat taken?
Not for anybody in particular.
he sits down, and he's so tall that he like pulls the chair out, and at first he's not quite sure how to fit in it. He sort of looks at it, and then he Riker sits in it a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he just sort of goes,
Yep.
and he just like full on Riker sits, and he like stares down at you, and you can barely see that this individual is in fact human or humanoid. You don't really see anything underneath the clasp of his hood except for his face, which is very pale and has very large eyes, brown in hue. And he stares at you with this sort of pale mask and says,
You are Qrevialur.
Can see that you already know. We can cut to the chase, or we can use formalities.
his eyes narrow, and says,
Do you have the item?
Yes.
his hand comes out from under this brown cloak.
I'm
And
not going
it's
to
a
give it to you.
it's a large, pale hand. And when you say
Let's-
I'm not going to give it to you, it's sort of his head sort of
in
tilts.
here. In here, he said, I'm not going to give it to you.
It like tilts at a sort of strange, unnatural angle a little bit.
Let's
Where?
go out back.
Out back?
I don't want anybody seeing this.
What is out back?
I'll show you. And he just gets up and walks outside.
There is a second as you walk towards the back entrance, or I should say the back exit in this case, of the
Yeah.
portal. And you look backwards towards the table, and the figure hasn't moved. And you think for a second that this whole thing is going to go to shit. And then the figure slowly lifts himself from the chair, and as he does so, the chair like creaks under his weight, and he stands and slowly moves in your direction.
Save the
do?
potty tricks for the circus. And then he goes out the door.
Okay. Side entrance. There we go. Okay. All right. This figure sort of lopes after you in a slow gait. And you're in the alleyway.
So he reaches down between these two trash bags that are completely loaded, takes this box out, this chest, and he shows it to him. And then he opens it.
Okay. When you open it, the first thing that you sort of expect to hear is this sort of like click sound. But the box doesn't open. You look down at it, it doesn't open. You're like trying to open the box and it won't open up. And then you look over at the figure standing next to you. And the figure has his hand extended just briefly, slowly, from his cloak, pointing his hand at the box. And his eyes are fastened on you. And he says,
Did you not receive our letter, Qrevialur, of the House von Helleburos?
I guess we'll have to do this the hard way. And he cracks his knuckles. And then, instead, he decides to just cast silence.
okay. So, when you cast silence, there is it's like that scene in Star Wars where there's like literally silence and then you hear and then there is no sound from where you guys are for a good, well, I guess, I don't know, however long the concentration lasts, I guess. Up till 10 minutes.
I don't
10
think
minutes.
Is it concentration?
It is concentration.
Yes, it is 10-minute
Okay.
concentration.
Cool. Ferros and Talron and Zeke. Make perception checks.
Sweet.
Half the bar is going quiet.
Okay. Ferros, it is at a very strange point in time where you heard music coming from the bard who was sitting pretty close to the side
I see where
entrance.
it's going.
And then all of a sudden the bard is like,
Have
and
my
then
food yet?
you notice that Durnan has come out of the kitchen and he can't speak either. He's like, and he's got like a plate of bacon and ham and a thing of water on a tray, and he's like,